unreal.
Obviously, Rachel McAdams wins that one.
Oh, I do like Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Her best movie ever is absolutely when she played Allie in the love story, The Notebook. Greatest love story. You've never seen The Notebook?
Never
Put
seen
it
The
on
Notebook.
for background music.
Hey, wow.
Didn't see you guys there. So a little bit different setup today.
A
little bit, because we have a very special guest star. So our really good friend and training partner and coach and cuddle buddy, Jeff,
What's going on,
is
guys?
coming to grace us with a present. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff.
Cuddle buddy? What the hell?
Sorry, bud.
Right,
it was him before you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, welcome. Thanks for coming
Thanks
on,
for
man.
having me.
Thanks for
guys.
coming to the bar.
This is pretty cool.
So I do have to. I gave you a shout out before. I got to give you another one. The very first comment we ever had, on YouTube was you.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, your clappy hands. so
Andrew goes, "Hey, did you see the first comment we got? It was Jeff." He was like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
I love my little emojis.
Dude, he's emoji queen.
Clap, praise, love.
Yeah, I do too. I always do the.
Makes it simple.
I do the clap hands and fire. I don't know why, but that's my go-to thing on Instagram.
Clap hands and fire.
I don't know. But yeah, so we're gonna get into all different kinds of stuff today. We got a lot to talk about. So
I
yeah,
have no idea what we're talking about. So
yeah,
Neither do we. So it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. We don't. Yeah,
I kind of like that. It's on the whim.
yeah, dude. And we're doing
Even if we scripted it, there's a good chance that we're gonna go off the rails
wild,
anyway.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all have ADHD. So a story takes 30 minutes when it should take 7.
yeah. Or a story that should take 30 minutes takes about 10 seconds. And it's deep tangent left field. So what I thought we'd kind of start off with was first of all ghosts. Having our normal ghosts. Jeff carries these at store at the Yonk's Nutrition Central, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But we always have this segment for ghosts. I don't know why, but we
we don't have a sponsorship. They're not paying us anything.
Yeah.
Although Ghost, if you would like to sponsor,
holla,
please,
for sure.
Only the drinks.
Only but that's what we said.
Yeah,
They're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. Although I did, Jeff, I'm not gonna lie, I cheated on you a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been waiting on my bananas and cream. Sorry, Corey.
I don't blame you. It's taken a month to get an order.
Yeah. So I've been waiting on my cookies and cream. Not cookies and cream. My bananas and cream. So I was at the store and I was like, crap, I need a protein. And I saw Ghost and they had the Nutter Butter and I was like,
I still think
so
the
good.
Honey Granola is better.
I haven't had that one.
You haven't had it yet?
No.
Where have you been?
It's
so good.
Dude, there's only so much I can consume at one time. I mean, I know. Believe me.
No, it is. I do love the Honey Granola, but I saw it and it was one of those impulse grabs. I was like, oh, Nutter Butter. Oh. So I did it.
I've never been a Nutter Butter guy.
That's my cookie,
it's
man.
so good.
That's my cookie.
Oh, it's so good.
And they have have you had the Oreo? Have you had any of the Ghosts? So what Ghost, did you ever start with Ghost at the store? Did you ever carry any of that stuff? No?
You know me, I don't carry the bigger brands. But
at some point, you had Accent Sledge.
Well, I did.
Oh, not anymore, huh?
I don't know, man. I phased it out.
Yeah.
It was just, I felt like I could give people the same thing, if not a little bit better, for a little bit cheaper.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But
I liked the hydraulic. Was a decent product.
see, hydraulic to me was very underwhelming for 7 patented ingredients. I was expecting to have my freaking mind blown.
It was it was a mid tier.
It was pretty.
It was mid shelf.
Like Biopump by Global, Nitrox.
Yeah.
Hell, the Pumpageddon.
The Pumpageddon. So we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of want to talk about them specifically.
Yeah.
For sure. But and then the demo day. I loved the demo day. The cherry. You know how much I love that cherry.
Demo day is pretty. It's a
The
solid
cherry
product,
icy
but-
one?
Sorry.
The cherry icy?
The cherry. No, it was cherry bomb. I think
Cherry
it was called.
bomb. It kind of tastes like a cherry icy.
Yeah, it kind of did, but it was good. I used to mix it. I used to
I burped. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, excuse me, I did too.
That'll happen every now and then.
Yeah, and the gulp.
Yeah.
The audible gulp. So
Never going to live that down.
you never live
Never.
that.
What'd you do?
Okay, so one of my ADHD triggers is like a lot like loud, audible like sounds sometimes.
Yeah.
And one of the things that just drives me up the wall is when you hear people gulping. I mean, just they could be sitting right across from you in a crowded restaurant, and you could still hear them gulp. Yeah. But so.
His hair is standing up.
A little bit.
Yeah, but he does it to himself.
But the thing is, though, is that I don't hear it when I do it.
Of course you don't.
So
Loud. Because I hear it when I'm doing all my editing because it's right in the mic. I'm like, oh my God.
So
And now that you've said it, it irritates the shit out of me.
That's freaking funny.
So when we were doing, I think it was episode 2, I think.
It was
2 or 3. It was when we were in the gym.
You were in the gym, yeah, episode 2, yeah.
And I'd sit there and I'd take a drink, and you could hear the audible gulp. And I'm
Yeah.
just
I think I
just did it.
And he just goes, I think he was in the middle of editing it. He says, he takes, bro, I hear you gulping all the time.
It's constant. It's
So
so loud.
it's constantly brought up every time.
Maybe you can start clipping these on the inside lower.
Yeah,
Like
I
right next to the throat.
experimented with it, and it's just like, it doesn't pick it up, right?
It just picks up all the throated and goated.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, so the audible gulp. Yeah, so I cheated on you. We got the ghost. It's good though. I really
You see how long that took, guys?
that happened.
Segment for him to tell me he got ghost nutter butter took 4.5 minutes.
You do the same thing.
I know.
It's going to be that way the whole time.
Oh gosh,
love
yeah. So yeah, so what I kind of want to do, so among being a small business owner, nutrition store, you've heard us talk about it. Like I work with you there. We started off as training partners years ago. 4 years ago? 4 years ago?
Coming up on 3.
Is it? Yeah.
Because you had your appendix surgery in 21 of December.
It was the very end of 21. Yeah. So we started training 6 months before then.
Maybe in September, October kind of.
Was it really? I thought it was earlier than that. I just remember.
I don't remember.
It was hot.
It was when it was at Species.
God, species. We don't have to talk about that. Yeah. So among that, he's also like top at one time top powerlifter, like in the U.S. like
World.
Yeah. Sorry, world. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been over 5 years since I competed, and
At that time, though,
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
It was. So we'll get into that.
I haven't looked at it in a while, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, well, let's just start there. Like, tell us your journey. Like, how did you get started? The Jeff that you are today. Like, what happened that led you up to that point? We could start high school, college, whatever.
Well, that's not what it. I'm not the person I am from high school. Like, I am who I am now, all because of my wife.
Boom.
That's
Solid.
100%.
That's
All
been said
three,
more than one time.
3 men sitting before you will claim that 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've been together 9 years. Because I was wild. I was in high school, college. I'm in and out of trouble. You know, PIs left and right. Like, I was just out of control. And then I met her, and it just all changed.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild, man.
Now, when y'all met, you were playing football, right?
No, before we were. So, okay, I'll just start from the beginning. About the powerlifting stuff.
Okay.
Well, I don't even know how to start from the beginning because it's.
Let's start with college ball.
Okay, college ball. Out of high school, I was a dual sport athlete. I did track and field and football. So I started at Northwestern State. Got in some trouble out there because again, I was just a party animal, wild child.
When you say trouble, what does that mean?
Oh, I mean,
like it directly related to partying or fighting or
all of it.
all of it?
All of it. All of it. All of it. So, you know, ended up transferring to Belen Junior College, which was great. But I didn't really mature at all. Me basically being kicked out of Northwestern State, like.
You feel like that knocked you down a couple of rungs?
Well, no, it's just I didn't. I was just like, I'll just go play somewhere else. Fuck it. You know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I didn't really take any responsibility or accountability for how I was behaving.
Yeah.
So that behavior followed me to Blinn.
Yeah.
You know, my first season at Blinn, I hurt my knee like the second game of the season, so I don't really play much. So I know I'm not a starter. So I'm girls and drinking and partying more, you know. That spring ball of 07 was fantastic for me. I changed positions, went from D-line to guard, and that was fantastic. Started getting a lot of recruitment done through spring ball and stuff, and then the last weekend of the semester, I got in some trouble and got suspended for the whole season.
Dude.
Yeah.
The last weekend?
Last week.
Damn.
Right before finals. So they had to suspend me. The school made them suspend me for a semester. They held on to my scholarship.
Okay.
And then I came back in the spring.
Yeah. Were you able to finish that semester for school? Like,
Yes. They let me do like.
They let you keep those credits.
Yeah. So I had to if I recall, I had to go do it at the advisor's office.
Oh,
do all my testing.
Yeah.
Because I was banned from campus.
That's nuts, dude.
Which, when I came back, they kicked me off campus. So I had off-campus housing, and
paid for by the scholarship.
But I continued. I had my own place.
Yeah.
Which on campus you can't have alcohol. I have my own place. I can do what the hell I want.
Yeah, right.
So again, not learning my lesson, continued behavior.
Right.
Sophomore year in 08, I switched back to defensive line, which is fine. I was very good at both.
So you said you switched positions. What did you switch to?
I went from D-line to O-line, back to D-line.
Back to D-line. Okay. Got it.
But halfway, maybe 4 or 5 games into the season, this scar happened with the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why I was asking earlier, because I remember, I knew that was...
What's crazy about this is it's been, 16 years, and just recently... So I was really intoxicated, and I had already, gotten into a fight with this guy, and I was so drunk I didn't even realize it. So I went to go hit him again, and I missed him. And this is all hearsay because I don't really remember much.
Yeah.
And I hit a side mirror on a truck or something. And
just
so, you know how they're hollow.
Yeah.
So my hand went through and it cut me all the way up.
Wow. Yeah.
So again, not really learning my lessons for shit. And I had some pretty solid recruitment going through the year, and then that all just got washed away.
Damn.
Luckily, the offensive line coach, Lloyd Spotted Wolf, Coach Wolf, he sent some film to Adams State University where he went. And they sent me a scholarship on site and continue to play.
So you're getting break after break after break.
Yeah. And what do I do there? The same shit.
Yeah.
So,
damn, dude.
I had a great season my junior year, but in that... For spring ball, that would have been going into my senior year, I actually went home for a semester to try to get some shit under control.
Yeah.
And, I didn't go to rehab or anything, but I really needed to reset.
Was that driven by an outside force, or that was your decision on your own?
Kind of both.
Okay.
Because I was unhappy there. I was unhappy with a culture that was okay with losing.
Okay.
Because high school, sophomore year, we went 8-4. Junior year, we went 9-2, 8-4, and then 10-2.
Oh yeah.
And then at Northwestern, we won conference championship my redshirt year. When I went to Blinn, we won a national championship. My second year at Blinn, we went 9-3. So I was not accustomed to going fucking 5-6.
Yeah.
And these guys basically Johnny Manziel, win or lose, we booze. And I'm like, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
I'm putting my body and life on, like, not life, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm passionate about this, and you guys don't give a fuck. So I was like, I need to either transfer or go home. And like, so I talked to my coach, Marty Heaton. I was like, man, I need some time away. So they held on to everything, and I came back, and I had an amazing senior season.
God, dude.
I should have been playing guard or center, but usually in Division II, your best lineman plays left tackle. And we had a very young team. Some of the guys that were in younger classes, Kevin Ashak, he just won a championship with the AFL with the Arizona Rattlers. So shout out Kevin. But we had we had some younger talent. But I ended up playing left tackle instead of guard.
Yeah.
Still, all conference honors, all that stuff. So, my senior year was the year of the lockout. So a lot of guys like me, Division II, there was no rookie OTAs, no rookie mini camps, no anything. So I believe still to this day, 2010 was the biggest year in NFL free agency because they couldn't rely on the rookie stuff. But yeah, that's kind of like the story through college.
Yeah.
And then, so back to powerlifting.
Yeah.
I was always lifting weights and a little bit stronger on the stronger side for football. High school didn't have powerlifting, didn't have powerlifting in college or anything like that.
When you were lifting, going through all the football stuff, was that like you just love? So some guys are playing football and like, oh man.
No, that's the thing, man. Like I didn't really care.
Really?
Like
wow, that's weird coming from you. That's surprising.
I'm telling you, I was such a different person, and I had a lot of unresolved traumas that I didn't know. And I thought I had.
You were self-medicating.
I thought I was done with those traumas, and all I was doing was suppressing them.
Yes.
And when I would drink, they would come out. That's why August, September, 3 years, 2 months, alcohol free, sober.
Dude,
nice. Congratulations.
Dude, awesome.
But I don't know if I'll be sober forever, but until I can 100% because I was drinking because I wasn't happy with myself.
Yeah, correct. You're self-medicating.
I love my wife, I love my job and career. All of these things are amazing in my life, and I was just depressed. And until that goes away fully, I'll never drink again.
Good.
So there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but my light is Nora.
Yeah.
There's a picture from our wedding that I think you've seen it. It's actually, it's we were leaving our wedding, and the photographer got a really cool picture. And I got it. There's this little company that can engrave the pictures into metal, and on the back of it says "My Light."
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Very cool. But I am who I am now because of her.
Yeah.
But again, that took 20 minutes to get back to that. But 100%, she's 5'2", she'll say 5'3".
And just for perspective, you're...
Oh, I'm 6'3", 300 pounds.
Yeah,
300
big
pounds.
dude. Yeah.
So she's very petite, but she'll fuck me up if I'm out of line.
Yeah, man.
She puts me in my place.
Dude, all of our
all our wives.
So, so Stacy's how tall?
Stacy's about 5'2", 5'3".
Katie's 5'1", 5'2", and all three of these ladies are fire.
Oh, God.
I mean, fire bombs. It's so funny because these little women that we have wrangle us in.
Oh yeah,
It's so funny.
And Nora's the most reserved and polite.
She's a librarian.
She's gonna be.
Right. Yeah.
She just finished her master's in library of science. So a lot of people
literally a librarian.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, very cool.
We're slowly, truly becoming Beauty and the Beast.
Nice.
But
well, you're already there. So
she, we just gotta wait. She's gotta wait for an opening now and then apply.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And now that she's had the degree now for 2 years, I think. So we're just waiting.
That's cool.
she when I'm out of line, man, she puts the foot down.
And it's good that you trust that and you've humbled yourself to be like, she puts you in your place. You're like, okay, like I trust you and I love you. I'm stepping back.
With saying that, like, it's like
you're stubborn ox, but
when it's marriage and like there's arguments and stuff, but like that's life.
Yeah. Well, for some it's not. Some people get like even your younger self, your much younger self, you wouldn't have taken that. You would have been like, fuck you. I'm not listening to you.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I back to like trauma stuff, which was deeply rooted from childhood. Like when I was younger, like I womanized, I disrespected women. They were very disposable to me, and Nora knows all this. Nora knows everything about me, but I don't know, man. I put myself in therapy the first time when I was about 20, 21, and that was mostly for like anger.
Yeah.
It's more like anger management, honestly. But I got out of a relationship then, and I felt like it was my fault for the way I would react sometimes, and my anger would be escalated, and never physical or anything, but just like, you can still be out of control and not physically hurting somebody would still be scary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've actually called over the years, like the second time I put myself in therapy, like 3 years ago, I was like, I feel like I need to, and they might laugh and they might be like, you don't have to do this, but like I need to call some of these girls that I like hurt.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. Even if they do laugh, that's part of your healing.
Well, like I won't say her name, but like, it was like one of my first girlfriends, man. And again, childhood trauma, like my parents divorced, like every person I was with, I was glued to you. I love you. I want to marry you forever. Because I didn't want to lose you like I lost my parents and all that stuff. But we were 15. This was 17 years later, and she like cried on the phone over it. Like words fucking matter, guys. Like, so that kind of stuck with me a little bit. But she's happily married now, kids. But like I still wanted to let them know, like even after all these years, like I was wrong, and I never told you that. I never gave you that closure of because I was gaslighting them 20 years ago before that term was cool.
Yeah, right.
Not cool, but used.
Yeah.
Don't gaslight people. It's fucked up. But like, I don't know. I just I've been on a really big like journey, you want to call it, of like personal growth and all that. Because I see so many people that just refuse to take accountability. And it's always someone else's fault, or it's always
especially in our
like
industry.
if you have to say the same fucking thing every year about this year was hard and I had distractions and like. What are you doing?
Yeah, you're not doing. You're not growing. Yeah.
And I hope these people like find that like I don't know, like closure or help, but like
complete. I feel like they're never completing the loop, right? So if they can finally complete the loop, they can finally get outside of it.
Instead of completing the loop, they just go to a new loop and then a new loop.
That's what I'm saying. It just
I mean, they're just constantly riding that merry-go-round of the same issues.
Put the time into it and close the loop, and this shit would stop.
Right. But, exactly.
Excuse me. But again, all of that to say, I am who I am because of Nora.
Yeah. Powerlifting.
Powerlifting story now?
Well, that's where we were at.
Oh, so
went into
after
we went into the Nora stuff.
After football, well, anytime I can talk about my wife.
I know she's Nora. We love you. You're awesome.
I think I owe her more coffee.
Oh yeah,
dude, she loved that stuff. Yeah. You gave her like king cake or something,
or Mardi Gras king cake,
dude,
pecan,
pecan,
the pecan praline.
Yes, that's. I don't even like coffee, and I drink that.
It's good. It's good product.
Good stuff.
Yeah, she would love that. But powerlifting, like I said earlier, like I'd always lifted weights for football. Before I ever even got into powerlifting, I was more of a, my favorite thing ever might not look like it, but it was plyometrics. I was explosive. That's what made me a great athlete.
Yeah.
Dude, my best box jump was 54 inches.
Okay.
Standing.
Wow.
Not running.
What was your weight at that point? You were still over 300?
310.
Crap.
My best at an NFL combine, my vertical was 34 and a half.
Wow.
So doesn't look like it anymore, guys. But I
don't think your knees can take that.
pretty
right
good
now.
athlete. But
It takes me 2 attempts to step on a curb. So
like
That's a hard enough time climbing stairs.
people might not know what this is, but in the NFL you do a drill called the L drill, where you go down, and back and around.
Yeah.
My time on that was 7.33.
So in the perspective, what does that mean?
No,
perspective.
That's very fast.
Yeah.
And then my best ever 40 at above 300 was at my pro day at Colorado State. And I want to say it was like a 487 at 308.
good.
So
God, 308 pounds.
Colorado State guys were not happy because I got invited to do their pro day from Adams State, which is Division II, and I shit on all those guys. Like I did 45 reps of 225. Like they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they thought because I went to a Division II school.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, shit.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Like,
That's such a
motherfucker, like-
terrible.
Let's go put the pads on right now and I'll shit on all of you. Like, and what's crazy is like a lot of guys from my JUCO, they're like, man, like Yonk was overrated. No, Yonk didn't give a fuck. Once I actually applied myself,
Yeah.
it was I really started to escalate.
Yeah.
But if I would have given a shit, who knows what would have happened?
Right.
But I'm okay with it because
because you're here now.
If it goes this way, I don't have Nora, I don't have Jovi.
Correct.
Like, I'm a huge believer in like everything happens for a reason.
absolutely.
Not that I used to be hung up on shit, but now that I look back and I'm like, well, that happened, so this could happen. You know, so. But anyways,
Powerlifting. Bro, it's okay. We do this constantly.
At least once a week.
It's an editing nightmare.
So like
it
back
sucks.
in 2013, I had like 4 knee surgeries back to back while I was still playing ball.
Yeah.
So I wasn't medically cleared, all that stuff. So it was actually me and my buddy Derek Jarman. He actually has a YouTube channel if y'all want to tag it or whatever. He hasn't used it in years, but it's Texas Strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We
So shout out to Derek.
we signed up for a meet in Orange, Texas, and I did bench only because my knee.
Yeah.
I did bench only for like 3 or 4 years before I
I
started
didn't know
trying. Dude, my knee. So I'll get to this later, but we show up. I don't have a singlet. I don't have anything.
What federation is this?
This was APF.
Oh wow.
APF.
Okay.
It was in Orange, Texas.
Yeah.
December 13th of 13.
Yeah. American Powerlifting
I want to say
Federation.
the guy who put it on, I think his name was Gary. Great guy.
Okay.
He does a bunch of high school powerlifting stuff in like Beaumont area.
Okay.
So he had all this extra equipment. So
Nice.
he gave me
That's
some
what's up.
wrist wraps, a fucking singlet. Like
That's what's up.
I didn't know there was a pause. Like nothing. We just walked in and just did
Hey,
it.
like let's do this. Yeah.
So like
So awesome.
I never would have thought that me going from bench only, and I was like 350 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
I was
because you weren't able to train, you weren't working out, you weren't doing
I-
anything. You gained 50 pounds.
four knee surgeries in like 15 months.
Yeah, dude.
So like yes, I was, and this is when I was still drinking and popping
Correct.
pills,
Yeah,
so I was-
yeah. And your depression just
yeah. So I was literally no bullshit. I was probably holding 30 pounds just from like the Vicodin, like
yeah.
like it was not a good situation. But that was the first time I kind of
Get the taste.
no. Well, yes, but I was gonna say that's the first time I kind of went sober.
Oh, cool. Good. Yeah, dude.
You've met Paul. He
yeah.
came home from leave because he was in the Army. And we all met in Austin. And I wanted to drink immediately. And he was like, hey, man, let's just hang out. And mind you, it's fucking 11:30 in the morning. I'm like,
Oh wow.
so I'm like, no, let's fucking party. And I threw a fit. I was like, I want to drink.
Yeah.
And the next day, he was like, you gotta stop, man. You're gonna end up dead. So he's the first person to like bring that up because I was so blinded.
Yeah.
But I'll shout out Paul.
Yeah, dude.
But anyways, did that first meet. I was like, this is cool. Ended up moving to Austin.
Well, what did you hit in that meet? What was your top?
I think it was 424.
Casual 424. Okay.
So
You'll know why I'm saying that in a little bit.
but in my year, I was benching 475 with the football bounce. So I was I was pissed.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Positive.
Fuck powerlifting. This is bullshit. So then I moved to Austin for like this whole. I'm gonna find a new life.
Yeah.
So not only did I have all these knee surgeries.
Yeah.
It was the first time I had to. So I lost my sport, lost my girl at the same time, and then I had to move back home for the first time since high school.
Yeah.
And I was 24, 23, so I was 6 years independent, like living on my own places. I would come home for like Christmas break and summers, but like I was miserable. Miserable. So I moved to Austin, and it was amazing, but I was living with my best friend Ashley Savasula.
Oh, okay.
So you know my best friend Ashley Logue.
Oh,
Harriman.
okay.
There's two Ashleys.
Got it.
Very, very.
I haven't met the other one. Yeah.
She's an amazing person.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun out there. Not a lot of growth.
Okay. But you were getting to the point where you were understanding there's a problem and like working through what this problem is.
Yeah.
Were you identifying it or?
Well, so I might have my year mixed up. That was in 2012 when Paul told me.
Yeah.
I moved to Austin in 2014.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
So like, I had stopped a little bit, but then when I went to Austin, it started back up.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's Austin.
Yeah.
And it was fun. But that's the thing. Like, we didn't really. Everyone thought I was gonna move to Austin, like live on 6th Street. Like, we would do Sunday Fun Day sometimes on like West 6th, but like, I probably went out in 2 years, maybe 2 dozen times.
Oh, wow.
So it's not a lot.
That's a huge.
But I also
improvement.
worked in the industry, so that's the last fucking thing I wanted to do is go be around more drunk people.
Yeah.
And that's anything that wants to sober you up is being around drunk people constantly.
Well, then I had like a kind of like an epiphany, and then I was like, I went 6 months cold turkey. Like I was like, I'm good, and then I started slowly drinking like only with people, and like because I was drinking alone. Like that's
wow. So you were becoming a social drinker.
Yeah. 1 or 2, whatever, and it was cool. I mean, when I met Nora, I was pretty much I wasn't drinking at all. So it was definitely needed, and it. But anyways, I moved to Austin. Squirrel. And it was fun. I met some people out there. Started training with the team. They were all geared lifters. And it was me and one other guy that were like the only raw lifters.
Okay.
So
you never went down the quick route.
No.
You stayed raw. Okay.
Yeah. I won't even do knee wraps. I mean, the new injury sleeves are basically knee wraps, but whatever.
He'll live and die on that hill.
Hey, the sport's always evolving. So if that's what's allowed now, then fucking go at it.
I don't like knee sleeves. You're the one trying to convince me to get knee sleeves.
This motherfucker will try to squat 500 pounds with no belt, no knee sleeves, no wrap, no wrist wraps, like.
Oh no, I'll always have my wrist wraps.
And then he's like, "Oh, my back hurts." Like, well,
my hip.
Yeah, even this morning. My hip.
Bro, he has
hobbling upstairs.
Guys, he has a Velcro belt. It makes me
Velcro?
cringe. I don't know if y'all have seen Crazy Stupid Love.
If I ever use it, it's this shit Velcro belt. Yeah.
The scene in Crazy Stupid Love when Steve Carell takes out his fucking wallet as a grown man and Velcros open. And Ryan Gosling's
That's
like,
what you think of when I pull that.
that's exactly what I think of. It's disgusting.
I don't like using equipment.
Maybe there's some sort of correlation.
It's gross. It's gross.
Maybe. I'm not saying there is, but there might.
Nope.
But
I am on the like I was actually looking at Pioneer belts yesterday, so I'm getting there.
it's been 2 years.
But longer than that, but
Can I have a monogram? Is this Bear Nutrition on there?
I'll put Pure Muscle on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like,
Anyway,
but I forgot what I was saying now. But,
so you never went the equip route with this team in Austin?
oh yeah. So like they, I was still doing bench only, but then I I forgot who it was that convinced me to like try to squat. Oh, real quick. So I did that first bench only meet.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I did another bench only. And then
Like, what was the time span there between those meets?
I
Like really close together? It was like you were like, hey, this other one's coming up.
a couple months.
Oh, okay, all right.
But so the way my knee was like messed up was it hurt to squat. And
Yeah.
I found that I could still deadlift.
Yeah.
So then I started doing like push pull.
Okay.
And then that's when these guys were like, well, let's just maybe, because I had never squatted with knee sleeves, and the compression really helped.
Yeah.
But the one time I did try wraps, it was too much pressure. So it was almost counterproductive.
Yeah.
That's why
Because it'll push the knee, it'll puch the femur like
Because
off.
my coach, Tommy, wanted me to try to do wraps to go over 9.
Yeah.
And we did it. I couldn't even, it hurt so bad with just 315.
Yeah.
And
I
was
can imagine like you
can't.
just approaching the
Because
rack.
people, I don't talk about it because I don't make excuses for my lifting, but my knee was been ready for a replacement since 2014.
Yeah.
And I never once made it an excuse, complained about it, never made that a thing about, oh, my knee hurt at this meet, so I did that. I love the progression of the sport, but there's a lot of big pussies in the sport. Like
we talked about that the other day.
you're never gonna be 100% for a fucking meet. If you're 100% for a meet, you're not training fucking hard enough.
No.
Yeah.
Now I say that
Talk about
I say this, take that with a grain of salt maybe, but like you're never gonna be 100%, man.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be 100%. But now it's saying that like don't fucking train through an injury.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Well, also like
there's being hurt and there's an injury. You
there-
stub your fucking toe on the deadlift platform and you
You
pull
get over
out,
it,
you're
yeah.
a bitch.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's no way around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like me, right? With like tore the adductor and broke my foot. Like
That's different.
I can't-
That's an injury.
yeah, I'm not doing that.
That you didn't hurt your finger racking your
Yeah.
squats and you pull out a meat.
Yeah.
Like, golly, man, there was a guy back. I won't say his name, but he was the most arrogant fucking tool bag, and he did that. He smashed his finger on a squat and he pulled out of his meat. I'm like, you're a bitch. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Didn't break it.
That's so funny.
Nothing. But again, I love that our sport's evolving and growing, and it's bigger than ever.
Yeah. There's so many federations.
Well, yeah, and the most, in the last year? There's
like
been
5.
Yeah. I think it grew from like
There's so many.
2 to
You
5
know,
for the
like-
last
Oh no, there's
year
more.
or two?
I don't know. So like I've kind of since I got hurt, I still sponsor USPA Texas, and like I'm one of the sponsors. But like,
shout out to USPA.
hey Bobby, hey Meg. But like, no bullshit. Like I've kind of avoided the sport because I miss it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah.
But like, I wanted to do some boosts at some meets this year, and then like it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But like, it's newborn kid, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only meet you've done this year was that. I don't remember the federation it was now, but at TR, I think it was the
Was
only
it the
one.
strong-
It was at the time. It was WRPF.
Was it
WRPF,
strongman?
yeah.
I did do the strongman competition there too. Anytime
Well,
TIR,
he had he didn't do it. He had a booth there.
Had a booth there.
yeah. Anytime TIR puts on something, I try to show Tyler love.
Yeah.
Shout out Tyler.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the independently owned gyms. Like,
Yeah. Oh, we do. Yeah. Yonks is an organization, like,
Yeah.
and Jeff too, obviously. Like, big supporters of all the local gyms, and not the commercial stuff, but like the local gym owners that are, you know, busting their ass trying to make a small business, you know, grow. Absolutely.
That's because that's when I was
we take care of not only them but their members too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I like the small. I mean, some of them are getting pretty big, but I think Colby is already having them look to expand.
Yeah, good for him, dude. Shout out to Colby at Northside.
Yeah,
dude, congrats, man. That's awesome.
And then, you know, Henry. I mean, he's expanding the bay like every year.
He's at the boundaries of the building now. I can't believe that.
Whole building.
Is he moving? He took up the whole left side.
Got the whole building.
Is he moving to the right now?
He took it all.
The only way he can expand is like in the next building.
I think it's 27,000
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
but so I try to always support
shout out to, when he said Henry, shout out to Henry at Legend. Yeah,
that you know, it's my home gym was actually Woodland Strength and Conditioning, which is now Relentless. So like I try to take care of all the smaller guys.
Yeah,
you know, 24-hour fitness is gonna be fucking fine.
Yeah.
Like they don't.
And there's no face there.
No.
There's no face. There's no community. There's no sense of camaraderie. It's usually just the
anytime there's an
warriors
event at one of those gyms. Also, Leader Fitness. Shout out Pat.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm there because I want to support you
Try
guys.
to be,
You know, you guys do things for me.
Yeah.
I'm always going to support it. If there's an event, I'm going to be there.
We had that.
You're going to be there.
Yeah,
you know,
we had one weekend where there were like 3 events on that weekend, and we were at all of them, and we busted ass to make that happen.
We did. You were at a strongman event. I was at Northside's grand opening, and then I did Legends. Like
you were later that day. Yeah,
customer day. No, it was a re-grand opening of the expansion.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
A very long day, but
very
rewarding.
Yeah, we made it work. Yeah,
it's very fun being out there supporting the little guy. Yeah, you know, I got in an argument the other day with somebody about them buying shit on Amazon, but but it was like, because it was something that he could have got at a small business.
Yeah.
Like if you want to buy a fucking 100-pack of battery AA, go to Amazon.
Yeah.
If you want a protein or a pre-workout, go to the fucking store.
Yeah, and the pricing, you're not going to find better pricing on Amazon than you will at Young's. Like, we will absolutely take care of you. And if you do, we'll take care of you. Don't worry. And we have the best customer service.
I thrive on customer service. It's in my slogan.
Same, 100%.
In 6 years, August 6th was our 6-year anniversary. In 6 years, we've had 5 match prices because we don't have to match it because we're usually the cheapest.
Yeah, right. I think I've done it once.
So like, you know, and that's just
and it was like just taking care of the guy. Like it was just because at the end of the day, don't argue, don't be a dick about it. It's like, dude, no worries, I got you.
Yeah,
and then I'll come back.
And then that just goes back to like just taking care of the people. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
excuse me, powerlifting. It's hard, isn't it?
Grimaldi's.
It is.
There's a Grimaldi's in Austin too.
It is. So I started training with this group of guys, and I forgot who it was, but they were like trying to get me to start squatting.
Yeah.
And they gave me these like, you know, kind of shitty knee sleeves, but they're free. So I was like, all right, I'll try them. And it was still painful, but I could do it.
Yeah. And were you like, when you did it, was it sorry, go ahead.
Actually, at this point, I had 3 knee surgeries, and I ended up having my 4th after I started trying to do push-pull, and that set me back again.
Okay.
And that 4th surgery...
Oh, yeah, because you were talking about you did that second bench-only meet, and then in that time...
Then I started trying to do push-pull.
Got it. Yeah, got it, okay.
So it was very conflicting to me, because like I'm trying to push things, but then I have to have surgery again. So I'm like, fuck. But... the last surgery, so basically what the doctor said was, the analogy he gave me of my cartilage was, you know, your meniscus is a solid rock.
Right.
How hard is it to break a rock? Pretty hard.
Yeah.
But once it chips, it fucking chips away real easy. Yeah. I think he called it chondromalacia of the knee. So like my whole left knee is bone on bone.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah.
So it's, that's why I was like, well, I guess I just won't squat. But I ended up, after the fourth surgery, so it was a very bad time because I was living with Ashley, and the surgery was falling at the same time of our lease being up, and I think they wanted to sell the house.
Oh, okay.
So we were all scrambling.
Yeah, trying to find a place to freaking
And
live.
none of the apartments would like let us, I think, like co-sign together.
Really?
It was really fucking
Really?
weird. It was really weird. So again, I had surgery and then I moved back home.
Oh.
But again, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met Nora within 2 months of moving home. So
And you met her at a house party or something?
no, Nora, we met online.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Plenty of fish.
Wow.
Plenty of fish. POF.com.
Nice, dude.
And, you know, POF, you put Houston area. For people watching not from Texas.
Houston's
South Houston to North.
Massive.
So it's an hour and a half.
drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So I was living in Rosenberg at home. And she lived all the way in Atascocita.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
but
So that's like, if you're living in the Northeast, that's like 2 states.
it's 3.
Yeah.
Or if you live in Europe, that's like 5
Oh yeah,
countries.
that's going through all of France. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. Houston's huge.
But, you know, we went on our first date, which was a disaster. We took her to a movie, didn't feed her. She had to kiss me.
How did she manage that? Just a big jump?
And she's like, all right, well, I guess you got to, because I had to be up like at 3 a.m. and be at I was working at I was helping my dad's contractor for who we work for.
Yeah.
Because again, I just moved home.
Yeah, trying to figure stuff out. And yeah.
I was double dipping on work comp, so fuck him. But like, so the first date was not good.
Yeah.
But then I was like, come to the house. She drove all the way. I cooked her dinner and never left.
So
Yeah, so we, I was just kind of getting into it, the
Yeah.
powerlifting, and she had no idea what she was getting into with that. I remember she came, I did a bench only meet again in August, and she came to the meet with me.
Okay.
And you know meets.
yeah.
They're 11
all-day
hours
affair.
long.
Yeah. It's all day.
Especially when you're only doing one event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't complain one time.
Oh, nice.
I was like, this girl,
She was there the whole time.
This girl
Wow.
was down for me.
That's nuts,
you know?
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the timeline. That was August of 15. And then, so I started trying to do squats again, you know. And in my first meet with Tommy, I think I squatted, it was 628.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, compared to what we're about to talk about, I mean, it's not much, but that's for not squatting and knee surgeries. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So like once I met Tommy,
Yeah.
that's when it all changed in my mind and perspective of like let's just see what can happen.
Yeah.
You know,
And his programming was very methodical,
it's
very structured.
linear fucking progression.
Yeah.
If you do it correctly, it fucking works.
Yeah.
We did have a little bit of conjugate added in there and stuff for like speed days and stuff, but it wasn't like full West Side conjugate. We loved accommodating resistance, but like we didn't have to have it. You know, but Tommy to this day he's retired from coaching, but you know, people, they know he was my coach, but like he's taken so many people that just normal gym goers and made them so much stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And all the coaches want to just glorify their big athletes, you know, because that's what brings more people.
Right.
But Tommy, for every one of me, well, there's only one of me, but for him, there was 100 clients underneath me that you never even saw that were just crazy results. And
Yeah.
that's why if anybody ever asked before he retired, fucking Tommy Hastings, 100 fucking %. And Like, this is a guy who had back surgery, spinal fusion, and he had a Texas deadlift record for masters for a little bit. I think he pulled 644 with a broken fucking back.
Amazing.
Like,
And what,
so not
220?
only does he do,
Because he was like 220, right?
yes,
Yeah.
maybe 242.
Yeah.
But like, here's a guy that not only is probably the smartest guy in the room,
Yeah.
but he's
That's
also
super sharp guy.
also doing the fucking work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's a good dude.
So,
shout,
like,
shout out to Tommy. Good
There's
dude.
a lot of fucking coaches out here that do one meet or got a degree in kinesiology that doesn't even powerlift, that are powerlifting coaches. It blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
What? Like, you're 18, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Not knocking your knowledge, but you've never gone through
Injury.
a herniated disc or
Yeah.
a fucking nerve pain or,
Yeah.
like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I respect the hustle, but like, just
you got to put the work in.
like they're so loud
Yes.
about it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's all over Instagram.
it blows my mind.
Yeah.
The same thing with bodybuilding coaches. You do one fucking show and now you're a coach. It's like, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah.
But I'll never knock somebody's hustle. Make your money.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
Chill, bro.
I appreciate. I like people that come into it with like lots of gusto and lots of
Yeah.
enthusiasm, but are asking shit tons of questions. I love working with people like that because they humble themselves and they're just a thirst for the knowledge. Love that, and I will gladly give you.
I'm
all
not
of my
talking about
knowledge.
those people. I'm talking
I know.
I'm
I'm saying.
talking about the people that come into it thinking they already know it.
I know. What I'm saying is like they have those people and the people I'm talking about have the equal amount of knowledge, but it's a completely different mindset.
People like that are sponges.
Hell yeah.
I'm still a sponge.
Yeah,
I
me
still
too.
I still don't know everything.
Dude, I'm a student of my craft.
Yeah,
100%.
Y'all are talking about the Instagram influencers who may have the book knowledge but don't actually put into practice
even
what they're doing.
Even some of them do the practice and still do it, but they're still rookies.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're trying to walk around like they're fucking Ed Cohen.
Right.
It's like, pump the brakes, man.
Right.
My
Like,
biggest thing on that is the nutrition stuff. I hear just gobs and gobs of BS on the nutrition, and I'm like, just shut up. Stop talking.
I agree. I'm
sending
not
that kind of stuff all the
a
time.
nutritionist.
I'm sending you that stuff all the time
God, dude.
because I know what your reaction is.
Yeah, you like to get the reaction out of me.
It entertains me. It entertains me.
It's I'm not a nutritionist, but like I know my fair share, and there's a lot of bullshit out there. And
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
so much bullshit.
and they'll be like, oh, they'll shit on this product, but then use my code to buy this one. It's like,
Yeah.
Are you really
Yeah.
backing this product because
Yeah.
it's good or
Yeah.
because you get 10% commission? Like,
Oh.
and that's the biggest flaw I think we have on social media influencers. It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
fake.
It's all bullshit.
What can I do for myself to get money?
Right.
Yeah.
What can I shit on in order to make my stuff look better?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And that's why, like, even at the store when I'm talking to people and they're like, "Oh, what do you think of this?" and I never want to shit on product. I never want to shit on other product because I do believe each product has its place in a certain journey, right? The key is finding the right product for the right journey. And sometimes some of the products out there that you and I would consider shit, they're not necessarily shit. They just fill a very specific niche, and it doesn't make sense for the person that we're talking to.
Right.
So if we ever do say something like, "Oh, that's shit," we're not saying that it's shit. We're saying that it's shit for you.
Yeah.
Right. Because we do that. Jeff and I pride ourselves on diving deep in and understanding what the journey is before we make any kind of recommendation.
Like, we won't even make. I was about to say that we won't even start pulling product until we know what you're trying to do.
Right. Yeah. Because it doesn't make sense otherwise. Or otherwise, we're just selling shit. We're not.
We want to be involved with it, so we know after 6 weeks we're not progressing, then we need to switch this out with this or nutrition switch or it's all very much a team approach, if you will.
Yeah, we are
compared to
on your
like
team. Yeah.
other. I won't go there, but
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, and I've seen y'all both actually in action at the store where somebody will walk in through the door and just be like, "I'm looking to do this." And y'all both played off each other as far as your knowledge, what supplement, what particular vitamin, protein, whatever it is that they're needing to help them reach that end goal, y'all will collaborate with each other and actually say, this is what's going to work best for you. Because you know, by giving them that type of information, giving them that type of guidance is only going to help them come back.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
And that's where you get that repeat business from.
We're a small store. So like 15 to 20 transactions a day is huge.
Yeah.
So like we put our time into those transactions.
Correct.
Right.
We're not
Quality.
you're not just another fucking $50 for pre-test.
Right.
And we don't see it, you know, this store's getting 50.
Yeah.
But they don't care about the journey.
Yeah. Or they don't know the journey.
You're just a sell. But
Right.
here it's truly a small business, family type thing that we want to be involved. You come in, you're down 25 fucking pounds. I love that shit.
Dude, so
and
happy.
I feel good about that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
We take it personally.
Well, yeah. I mean, y'all
Yes.
y'all take pride in the customers that y'all have.
Yeah.
I
Y'all take-
respond to people at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Like,
Yeah.
it's
and 5 o'clock in the
it's just
morning.
like part of the customer service that
Yeah.
I truly want to always be there for you.
Yeah.
You know?
And
But-
there have been numerous situations where you're talking to Jeff has his specialties for sure, and I have my specialties for sure. There are times where he's working with somebody, he'll reach out to me and be like, "Hey, I'm working blah blah blah." And he'll kind of give me a thing, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, tell them, do this, and then vice versa." I reach out to him and be like, because you're far more knowledgeable on a lot of the compounds, so I'll reach out to him and be like, "Hey, we're dealing with this blah blah blah," and he'll message me, right? So it's. Even when, my point saying that is, even when we're not at the store together,
Right.
that's constantly
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. Absolutely.
if I'm not there and you go in and Andrew's there, I'm really there. Like,
Yeah.
you can call me and I will pick up my phone.
Yeah.
Hell, the landline to my store is forwarded to my cell phone. That's how much I believe in customer service.
Yeah, dude, for
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
I can't stand the fucking spam calls.
Constant.
But you'll get the call and you hear that little, dude,
Oh god,
it'll
you,
click.
You just troll them at this point.
I do troll them. If I don't have someone in the store, I will let them think they're about to get me for 20, 30 minutes. And then time for the
For
credit.
50 grand. Like, so funny.
And then I'll
you play into it, you're like, oh no.
and then like
so funny.
when it comes time to the credit card, I'll give them like 16 numbers. Like, guys, what do you mean? I'm reading you my card. Why is it not working?
Is this not the right card?
Like,
What's my card?
And then I'm like, get fucked. And then they get so mad. They get mad at me for not being scammed.
So funny. It's hilarious. I love that.
It's wild.
It's so funny.
But anyways,
Powerlifting.
so I moved home.
Yeah, met Nora. You're
met
with Nora.
Nora.
You started squatting.
When I first
you met
moved
Tommy.
home, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I'm trying. It's so hard. Because I made a mental note to be like, okay, I like really have to focus and listen to people and like maintain the story. It's something I'm actively working on. It's really hard to do.
I'm sorry, God.
So I moved back home to Houston in I think April, and I found Woodland Strength like that same week. So I was actually going back and forth to Woodland Strength after I met Tommy and stuff.
This is when?
This was like April.
This was 15?
April of 15.
15, okay.
Because I met Tommy at Texas State Championships in 2014.
Okay,
they're
and
all-
you were benching that. You were.
I did a push pull. I
did a
did
push-pull,
a
okay.
meet. I did a meet, and then I did 2 meets back to back because I was having surgery the next week.
Got it. And Tommy was there with his team.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that's where we met.
Yeah.
And
Cool. Good.
I told him that I was, moving back to Houston, and I would love to come check out the gym.
Yeah.
That's where I met Jonathan Pritchard and Wes.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You've known Wes a long time.
Jessica Bell. I met all those people. Nikki Guns. She's retired now, but she's one of the women in powerlifting 10 years ago that really pushed the sport
For women? Yeah.
dude.
That's
She
awesome.
was at 132. I think she did. Fuck, man, at 132, maybe 123. I think it was 132, but she was think 1,100 total.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy crap!
I think she squatted low fours, pulled mid fours.
Are you kidding me? She's
Jeez.
I could be a little. It's been 10 years, but she.
That's crazy strong.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was incredible.
Pound for pound, twice as strong as me.
She was awesome. I met her at that gym I was training at in Austin.
Okay.
So
That's cool that she was here.
Nikki was cool though.
That's cool.
She actually came to my wedding.
Nice.
So
That's what's up.
Cool. They have pugs. So,
Oh, they have pugs? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's not with the guy she was with anymore.
Yeah.
But the new guy
Yeah.
has a pug. So
He loves pugs.
I haven't met Nicole. I haven't met your new guy, but I know he has a pug. So good by me.
Side note, do you know what a group of pugs are called?
No.
They're called a grumble.
Really?
Are they really?
It's called a grumble.
I love that fact. I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life.
So the
so
next,
funny.
they call it Pug Fest.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Every dog breed has their fest. Like
Yeah,
Wiener,
yeah.
Wiener Fest,
Yeah.
and like Chihuahua Fest. All
Yeah,
that
that's
stuff.
awesome.
And the next Pug Festival, I don't care where the fuck it is. I'm going.
You'd be in heaven, like, oh my God, they're just surrounded by pugs.
Huey's never, other than being with his brothers when he was born,
Yeah.
he's never seen another pug.
Yeah.
So like,
So he has a pug named Huey.
and my personal Instagram is Baby Huey.
Nice.
And
Doesn't Huey have his own too?
yes,
It's so funny. He's
Huey
got a
the-
Huey
I don't-
Instagram for his dog.
We don't really post on it, but
Just the fact that you have it's hilarious.
Huey the pug. So Whiskey and I have their page.
Oh, they sure do. Yeah, I saw that the other day.
We need to make one for Ferguson. We have a cat now. So
Yeah.
we've had him for 4
Fergie,
years.
Fergie.
Oh
but-
God, you imagine making all the Instagram
Y'all should,
pages
man.
for all our animals.
Did y'all make,
Like
one,
five
did y'all
or
make one
six.
for Bruce?
I probably will. We'll probably make one.
Dude, put it on TikTok.
Dude,
I'm telling you.
That's a good idea. People love that stuff.
Oh
The
God.
I'm telling
reptiles?
you, do that same
Yeah.
video, the show you
Show
my
you-
butt
show you
thing,
my
Yeah.
butt.
TikTok, that thing would probably go viral.
Dude, 100%.
They have a bearded dragon. Y'all know this, obviously.
No,
we've
I don't think
never
we talked about
it.
that. I don't think we
It's
talked
right
about Bruce.
there.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
we've never like.
They
talked
have a
about
7-year-old bearded dragon named
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne. Is now actually a female.
yeah. So it's more like Bryce Wayne.
Brucey.
Yeah,
Bruce.
Brees.
Brees.
Breesy Wayne.
It's French.
It's living. Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so moved back to Houston in April, started immediately training under Tommy, and then from April, you know, the meniscus surgeries are pretty in and out, you know, 5-6 weeks. That's why it was so fucking frustrating that basically every time I was going to rehab for meniscus, it was just re-tearing.
Yeah.
So it was very, and it did it the last time too, but I was like, fuck it, I'm not having another goddamn surgery. I'm not. I'm fucking not.
Yeah.
So that was in April, and by May, I was like, let's fucking go.
Wow.
So May, June, July, August,
Balls to the wall.
yeah, 628 squat.
Wow.
Took my bench from what it was to 490,
Oh, that's big. Yeah.
and then I think I pulled 716.
Okay.
It was 1829.
1829.
It was my first ever full meet.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Okay, all right. So if you're in powerlifting, you know, if you're not in powerlifting, 1,800 pounds between 3 lifts is high. That's a high number for it being your first numbers on the board.
That's a stupid
Holy
high.
shit!
It is a stupid
Unreal.
high.
So I don't know how many people have done this in the history of the sport, but I went from 1829 on August 24th, and July,
So a year.
less than a year, is like 11 months. I went
Yeah.
from 18, I hit 2,000 less than a year.
That's insane. So that's optimizing. Now, well, what weight class are we talking about? You're still in the 300s?
I started at super.
Okay, so you were
and
over
then-
308.
But that was the last time I was super.
Okay, so
And then from
the
now
next
on-
year, so the
so
next year
the
you
next-
went from 1,800 to 2,000 in a lower weight class.
So this is my first year of powerlifting. I did first full meet raw powerlifting. August 1829, which qualified me for Worlds.
Yeah.
Went to Worlds.
Okay.
What did I do? I forgot what I did. but I got second at Worlds.
Damn.
Which Worlds isn't what Worlds used to be. It's
So this is still SHW. You're still super heavy.
no, this was 308.
This was 308.
I was back down to 308.
Okay.
That qualified me for LA Fit Expo,
Okay. Fuck.
which I shouldn't have done. I wasn't ready for it, but it was it was like Rob Philippus, quads like Rob, and
big,
I think
consistent, big.
this is when BJ Whitehead was the man. You know, he had just hit 2,000 at 275.
Yeah.
So
Which back then,
it's fucking crazy.
if you're in the sport now, you're like, oh, okay. No, you don't understand. But this was almost 10 years ago. Back then, unreal numbers.
2,000 pound total was like
23 now. Like it's
no, I wouldn't say 23.
bro. I would. Nobody was doing that.
Well, nobody's hitting 23 either. There's a handful of people, and there's a lot of people that. 2,000 was like the lifetime goal. That was my lifetime goal, and I did it in 11 months. So then I was like, well, let's fucking go. But back to LA Fit.
Yeah.
So I did my first meet, Worlds, LA Fit Expo. Then I went back and played football.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, where I tore my wrist and had to have surgery, after the season I trained. So I didn't even really train that great because practice and stuff. But I think it was because from August to January, I was so hell-bent on once I qualified for LA Fit Expo, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
When Tommy was like, we should probably take a break.
Yeah.
But James Strickland was doing it. Jess was doing it. I think JP did it.
Was James with Tommy as well? Was James?
At the time, James was, I think he was with Josh Bryant.
Okay.
I think.
He's another guy.
No, he wasn't. He was kind of under Tommy at the beginning, and then he switched over to Josh Bryant. Yeah. Which I don't think. I mean, Josh is a great coach, but I think.
Well, you're biased to Tommy anyway.
Well, no, I just think if he would, and I told James this. I think if he would have got with Nathan, it would have
changed the game. Yeah,
he would have been 750.
Yeah. So who's Nathan?
Nathan Payton, pro body coach on Instagram. He pretty much the last 15 years has dominated the sports world, strength world, and nutrition. He's the best strength nutritionist in the world.
Amazing nutritionist. Yeah.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah.
I think the last 10 World's Strongest Man titles are under his nutrition of his athletes. So it was a combination of Tommy's coaching and Nathan, but we went from 1829 to what we did in a very short time.
Very short time, yeah.
It was Nathan Payton.
Huge shout out.
You're the fucking man. Yeah. Proof is in the pudding. That's his saying.
Yeah, dude.
But anyways, I was so I got caught up in the wanting to be sponsored. So the training, I was overtraining. I was I did August, November, January.
Yeah.
And then, yes, I was playing a sport. But the training kind of went to the back. Yeah. So I was only training once or twice a week, maybe 3.
Oh, gosh. Really?
Wow. Even playing in the middle of a football season, training only once or twice, 3 times a week, I was getting more recovery.
Really?
Yeah.
From the heavy loads, like your back.
Right. So I the only thing I really went heavy on a few times was squat.
Yeah.
But I think the time of really just kind of having fun. Because I knew I was having surgery on my wrist. Right, I was like, fuck it, man. Let's just go have some fun. Hopefully it doesn't set me back too far after it did. Took me a whole fucking year to get back to what I was benching. But went in there, had fun. I think I squatted 683. So from August 629 to in that year, I went from 628 to 683.
Oh, nice.
Something like that.
Nice. Solid squat number.
And then bench went from, technically in the bench, didn't count towards my total because it was the 4th attempt. So my PR for my total PR was only 485. So the 490 was a state record.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you hit the record though.
But it didn't, which I don't care about state records. But
well, yeah, but I mean, it's nice to have. Good for you. I say that because I have a record. So
so I went from, you know what? I'm just gonna pull it up. I'm.
you don't want to spit numbers at your ass.
I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
About myself. So.
Yeah. Well, as we often are.
Somebody gonna fact check.
Yeah.
Actually,
probably something we should do more often.
Oh God!
Check ourselves.
If we fact checked ourselves, we'll probably this thing would be on hold. God knows how many times off.
Well, we would just have our wives with us always.
Well, yeah. You just hear them in the background laughing, like, no, wrong.
That never happened.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure I remember that
I
happening.
remember that.
Yeah. Or I don't remember hearing that at all.
Said it so many times last night. Really? Yes. No.
All right.
You're making it
up. My first ever meet is actually not on for powerlifting. I don't know why the APF guys never sent it in.
Okay.
So my first ever recorded.
So the
meet,
one that you qualified for Worlds is not posted?
Hold on. No, that one is the
okay.
August of 2014.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Symbolic Muscle Classic.
Okay.
That was my first ever raw full meet.
Yeah. Now,
I did 628, 485, and 716.
That 628. Were you in knee sleeves?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And they were really shitty sleeves.
Yeah, but at least held your knees together.
So I went from that to I did Houston Fall Classic where I only did deadlift for like fun. I did 727. And then
second meet training for not even a year.
It's like pulling 700.
Yeah,
It's just having fun.
and
Whatever.
At Worlds, I went from 628 to 644, 485 to 501, which really fucked with me because I was training on a fat pad. And
really?
I smoked 540.
That's crazy.
Training. And
I hate the fat pad.
I've never touched it again.
Yeah.
Like, guys, if you're training on a fat pad through your whole fucking prep, stop.
Yeah.
Maybe like the first weeks 14 through 10, but anything past that.
Remember that day, like when we were coming back and you like loaded that 400 on the, I don't know if you remember this, but you did like blind weight and you just loaded the 400 on some crazy ass weight and you're like, here, lift that. It was on that fat pad.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, got on it. I smoked it. And I was like, oh, like, you know, what was that? He was like, well, that was 400. I'm like, oh, okay. And it had been, geez, 8 years. 8 years since I had hit 400. And it that was such a confidence thing for me. Yeah, that was awesome.
So, okay. So first
But
meet.
I hate the fat pad.
First full meet, I'm just going to do by lift. First full meet, 628 to 644 to 666 to 683. And that was my first year of progression.
Yeah, dude.
628 to 683, 485 to 523.
Nice.
Wow.
And then 716 to 793.
So if you're not into powerlifting, first number was his squat, second number was his bench, and the third number was the deadlift.
And then that the most frustrating year for lifting was after this surgery. Because I believe it's called a TFC cartilage in your wrist. It's basically kind of like the ACL of your wrist. Well, they didn't just clean it up; they actually repaired it.
Okay.
So
the loading on it was completely different.
I was in a fucking full-length arm cast.
Yeah.
And my arm was bent.
Yeah.
For 4 fucking months.
Yeah.
Or 3 months.
Tons of atrophy.
So when I got out of it, I still had nerve issues.
Yeah.
And my squat was fucking ugly. It was high bar. It would roll 4, 5, 6 inches up and down.
Oh.
Well, we switched to low bar.
Yeah.
And that completely wrecked my elbows.
I was gonna say, could you even get
on
down
top
like that?
of the surgery?
Yeah,
so that, where's it at? The 523 at Nationals. My next meet back, that was July. My next meet wasn't until February.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
So I did.
6 months.
I went from 683 squat to 705. Finally hit 7.
Okay, nice, yeah.
And then I went from 523 down to 501 because of the surgery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And how comfortable was that 501? Was that just like
I actually hit 518, but there was a little downward motion. So
Okay.
it was the right call.
Okay.
And then deadlift actually, deadlift was weird. I did, so my best was 733 at nationals, or wait, no, 793. I opened at 705, smoked it, and then I went, so that my first meet back, I went 3, what did I do? Like 5 out of 9. It was not a good meet.
wow? Yeah. But it was technical errors or complete failures?
The deadlifts were grip from the surgery.
Yep.
It was just, I don't want to say I rushed back to it because I mean it was 7 months.
Yeah, 6 months is, but still, everyone's recovery is a little bit different, and depending upon what's going on, especially your hands, right? It's so like, obviously, you need that dexterity.
But then the next meet, I went from 705 to 727.
Oh hell yeah, nice.
501 to 529, and then 705, which really wasn't 705, but that was the number I got, to 766.
Okay.
Then nationals for 2017 went 740 from 727 to 744.
So squat 744.
529 to 535. 534 to 766 to 777.
777 squat deadlift. Yeah.
And then the next meet, again, there was a huge break between the meets. That was July 7th. I did this. I got married July 14th.
Oh,
I did this the week before.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Then again, that was July. I didn't do another meet until February. State line showdown.
So now we're now in 2018.
Yes.
Okay. February 18.
Went from 744. I did an opener at 738.
Wow.
With
Jeez. Did you fly or what?
Well, we were squatting out of a mono, but I walked out.
Why? Just
Because
routine?
it's just, if you aren't using a mono and you have to squat in a mono, still walk it out because it's going to throw you off. If you
Correct. No, I 100% agree. 100% agree.
But
so
like-
a mono, if
so
you guys
what
don't
happened-
know, well, hold on. So a mono, if you don't know, that's the big apparatus that has the big hooks, right? So the bar sits on the hooks, you unrack, and then they retract the hooks, and you can immediately start
so
squatting.
you don't have to move.
So you don't have to move. You don't have to do the walkout, right? And there's a lot of federations that use that as their, not a lot of federations, there's a few federations that use that as their squat apparatus. What Jeff's saying is if he was on that, but instead of when the hooks retracted going into the squat, he still did the walkout in order to stay in rhythm, stay in routine and all that kind of stuff, even though he didn't have to.
What happened was they had the ropes too tall. So when I got into the hole,
Yeah.
it basically
Did it touch?
It basically lifted it off me.
Oh,
And
it took the slack out?
I basically did a pause squat.
Yeah, you had to refeel it.
And it kind of strained my quad.
100%, dude, 100%.
So, and I think we jumped to 766, and it just, at that point, I was in my head.
You were just out, yeah.
Yeah.
When there's, again, if you're not a power lifter, or if you haven't seen it or whatever, when you get, even with a squat bar, right? When you get over, what would you say, 550, 600 pounds, when you get to that point, that bar, it's bending, right? There's a lot of weight on the ends of that bar. And when you're training, you train to know how much of a bend is there so you can feel it and like where it is in junction with where you are. With the ropes being too high, what he's saying is when he gets down into the hole, the ropes actually hit the bar and it took the slack out. So it took the bend out, which removes all of your foundation, removes all the tightness, and you've got to re-find it. So the fact that you're down in the hole, and again, if you've never squatted, you don't understand this, but if you know, you know. When you're down in the hole and you have to do a pause and reset tightness and successfully go through the lift is insane.
Yeah,
especially with that much weight.
I was pretty pissed, and so was the meet director. DJ was not happy.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to DJ.
So the 766.
So no, it was 738, and then at the second was either 760 or 766.
Yeah. Did you do the attempt at the 766?
Yeah, I went to the hole and I was just like, take it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, you were done. Yeah.
And it was obviously it wasn't.
I can only imagine how pissed you were.
It wasn't. So it wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't a quad rupture or anything.
Yeah, but you felt it.
I had a slight
You
little
called
like
it.
muscle belly tear.
Yeah, or a sprain or something.
Yeah, it was enough to fuck with me.
Yeah, dude. And then you're in your head. And if you're in your head about a lift like that, if
You're out.
yeah, if you even have the inkling that this is heavy, you're done.
You're out. Yeah.
I did. This was the first meet that I was sub 290. So I did 738, 540, and 788.
Wow.
So still haven't matched my 793 PR.
Yeah. From a year and a half ago at this
From
point.
Nationals.
Yeah.
No, this is still only 7 months later after Nationals.
Okay, got it.
And you've done how many meets in that year?
Full meets, we did Symbolic, Worlds, LA, Nationals. Symbolic Muscle, Worlds, American Fit Expo. No, sorry. LA Fit Expo, Nationals, All In. Oh, I skipped Gulf Coast Open. So after the All In meet, where I did the first meet back from surgery, I did 705, 501, 705. Gulf Coast Open, I did 727, 529, and 766.
Yeah.
And then at National, I missed the Gulf Coast, but the Nationals of 17, it was 744, 534, 777. Then the state line, which the one we are just talking about, 738, 540, 788. And then I dropped to 275. And that's where I had some state records. I think I still have the total record.
So in one year,
275,
you did six full meets?
So, no, it was from
Every 2
August
months.
August 22nd to Nationals. I did Symbolic, Worlds, LA Fit Expo, and Nationals. Four.
This is
That's
17.
still a lot.
August. This is in
This is-
2015.
This is 15. Yeah.
So from August 22nd to July 8th,
Yeah.
I did 4 full meets.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. So
That's a
From
lot.
1829 to 2000.
Yeah, and again, let's set the stage a little bit, right? If you're not a powerlifter, you're not in the sport. Like there's a certain protocol or way to do this, and you go through this heavy prep phase in order to get your body prepared to actually handle these kinds of loads, and then it's a good idea to take a break, right? Because you just put your body through hell just to get to that point.
Yeah.
What he did was went through that whole process and then essentially just stayed at peak for 6 months, which is unreal. That takes a massive amount of mental fortitude to put your body constantly under those kinds of loads. Like it's unreal, man. It's insane, especially like for all 3 lifts. Like some people can do that in a bench only or deadlift only, like just concentrating on just that one kind of lift, right? To do all 3,
That's insane.
it's insane.
Jeez.
It's a lot of spinal loading. It's a lot of tension on the body.
So with this newfound love in powerlifting, what was the spark that made you want to actually open up your own store?
I was working at a store, and I was just good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, the owners are asking me, what are you doing to sell so good? Like, because our bonus structure is like, sales average between 40 and 45 is 1%. 45 to 50, 1.5%. Anything over 50 is 2% bonus.
Right.
My sales average was like 90.
Nice.
And they're like, what are you doing? And
Being nice.
I just realized, well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, what am I doing? I'm just, I'm being personal. I'm being myself.
Doing what
I'm not-
we do every day, yeah.
that people can pick up when you're full of shit.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I will never try to. Goes back to what we do now, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't try to sell you shit you don't need. Like
Yeah, and if you don't know,
I find out.
You
if I don't know something, guys, I will fucking Google it right in front of you and get you the answer.
Yeah.
I'm not too much of a fucking egotistical douchebag to just start spewing words out to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Shit pisses me off when people do that shit. But if I don't know something,
look it up.
I'm gonna find it out for you.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
100%. Same.
But that's how I kind of when I came home from surgery, I started working at a store and just I never thought I'd be in sales, honestly, because I'm not a pushy guy.
Yeah,
I'm not,
yeah.
And that's why I think like my spin on sales is I'm selling to you, but I'm not a fucking used car salesman.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Well, yeah. Well, I think
I view it
there's
the
no
same
pressure.
way.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. You're asking
Yeah.
me what you need, and
Yeah.
you probably need a bunch of shit, especially if your nutrition's whacked out.
Yeah.
But let's just go one thing by like whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no pressure. Yeah, I just talked about 7 things, but if you're only comfortable with 2, cool.
Yeah.
Come back in 3 weeks and get the next one.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
not to deter back to the store, but like people have looked at us like we're crazy when they're ready to spend $400 fucking dollars.
Yeah, like, well, you don't need
And like, hey, like, let's just start with these 4 essential things.
Right.
Because
You don't need
usually what happens, well, they need it,
Well,
but it's going to be, they're going to be overwhelmed. They're
Oh, yeah.
trying to
Correct.
take
That's
9
what I mean,
different
yeah.
things at one time.
Right.
And then in 2 weeks, they're going to be defeated and it's going to sit in their shelf for a year.
Yes.
Like, let's get you to 2 or 3 things that we know you absolutely need. And then we can incorporate the next things on the next re-up.
yeah.
Right.
Like,
Or I should say, and on top of that, let's take these couple of few things, and that might bleed over into helping you with these other areas. So maybe we don't need to buy all this other kind
Yes.
of stuff. Like, just one thing at a time. Like, let's tackle it. And
we're probably the only store that will straight up tell you,
yeah, no, don't buy
like,
that.
well, or
I know I am. People look at me like I'm crazy.
you're eating 6 to 8 ounces of protein every meal 5 times a day. You probably don't need an amino acid. You
Yeah.
probably don't need a protein
Yeah,
because you're
exactly.
yielding that amino acid profile
Yeah.
from your protein intake.
you're good.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't need to spend the money. Now, if you're eating in a crazy deficit and you're pissing away muscle mass, supplement the amino acids and the protein.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's not that fucking hard.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But that goes into like, what's the journey look like? What are you trying to accomplish? Like, what's the goal here? Oh, like I'm trying to lose weight. All right. Well, what are you eating? Like, what's your deficit look like? And then often it's like, well, what do you mean by that? And it's like they come in to buy a fat burner and come to find out they're just eating too much. Eat less. And then there are situations with Jeff and me too, where like they'll come in and they think they're going to buy a bunch of stuff, and we just kind of go through a simple questionnaire with them, and they don't buy anything. And it's like, hey, or they'll buy some fish oil or like use something simple. It's like, hey, like, let's do this first.
We can fix this with nutrition.
Yeah, let's do this first.
Or
and then-
training intensity.
Yeah,
there's so many. We are a
So many
supplement store, and this is coming from my livelihood. Like, I should be telling you, you do need it. You do need it.
Yeah.
You do need it. Like, that's bullshit. I'm not. I hate that shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what's great about going into y'all's store is that you don't feel pressured to buy whatever it is that might be on sale or something that y'all are a promotion that somebody's wanting on a push. There's none of that when you walk in.
And that's honestly why I almost did my own like pre-workout and fat burner, my own line, and I decided not to, which I'm glad because it was before COVID, and then COVID pricing went fucking nuts.
Oh,
man.
God.
I never want to be known to be the store to like push his own brand, which there people do that shit.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
You'll go into a store and you're looking at this, and they're like, "Oh, that's good, but try this."
Yeah.
and them not telling you that it's their own fucking brand.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Freight Train, right? So I own my own supplement line. And it's called Freight Train Supplements. And one of the conversations that we had was like, he was really concerned about pushing product. I was like, dude, if it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, we'll do something else, right?
And he's never once. We've had it for 7 months now.
Something like that, yeah.
He's never once been like, "This is my line, and you should take that." Like, no, like if you're more of an endurance strength athlete, the profile on his pre-workout is phenomenal for that stuff.
I don't even tell people that like it's my line at all. Like because it's not part of the conversation. The conversation is what's the journey? Yeah, what's the journey? And then here's if it happens to fit in their journey, great. It'll be an option because I always give 3 options. It'll be an option of 1 of 3, and then we'll narrow it down from there. And then whatever it is, what it is after that point. Yeah. It has to make sense. It has to make sense. And even for me, like I own my own supplement line. I don't always take my own stuff. Anybody out there, and this is, I have to touch on it, and he knows I get so pissed about
I already
this.
know what you're going to say.
I get so pissed about this. If somebody out there owns a line, or a supplement line or whatever, and they're like, these are the only supplements I take, they're so full of shit. They're completely, totally, utterly full of shit. That is not true.
I know pro bodybuilders that come in that are sponsored by lines, and they still buy shit that I carry that they're not sponsored by.
Yeah, because it works for them, and it makes sense. And great. That's fantastic.
And I'm talking about high level Olympia qualified people.
Yes, high level.
Which is, I love it, because it just shows you how deceiving, not saying they're deceiving, but like, because they have a contract, so they can't say these things.
How clouded social media is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I kind of got into the stuff. I moved home for surgery, and I was unemployed. And they're like, "You want to, you start working part time," and then that slowly, I think within 7 months, I was like their assistant manager.
Yeah,
and I did well, man. Like they took care of me. When I got married, I was like, I need a raise. Which supplement store assistant managers, maybe 30, 35 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I understood that. They're at the time they only had 2 stores, and that's a big chunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I earned it. I was doing $50,000-$60,000 months by myself.
Yeah.
So like, and they saw the value in that. So when I decided, I was always straight up with them. Like once I figured out that I want to do this on my own, I told them. And it was a pretty, not a residual goodbye, but I mean, it was, they didn't want to lose me.
Right.
But they also understood that I was almost 29 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to do my own thing.
Right.
But I mean, I did well there. My W-2 for January through June, my salary was 30. And for those 6 months, on my W-2, I was at 28.7.
Nice.
So bonus structure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So people don't realize, like, I opened my own store. I'm an entrepreneur. All that bullshit. I took a fucking pay decrease to chase my dream.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to do that.
Right.
I was in that store by myself, open to close, 60 hours a week. It's not a laboring job.
For
obviously.
what, 2 years or something, right?
I did not hire Chase.
Oh, Chase was your first employee. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
One of my first.
Yeah.
August of 18 we opened, and Chase got hired pretty much in April of 20 during COVID.
Yeah, so over a year and a half.
Year and 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Open to close.
And that's another thing that just speaks volumes about you
and
the service that
you were training that whole time.
Is that you were able to survive during COVID when corporations and huge businesses were falling by the wayside.
The coolest thing about that was from 19 to 20, we grew 48%. And then even the next year, we grew an additional 18%. I just want to have a normal fucking year, guys. Like, first year and a half was rebuilding a dead business. The guy I bought it from, it was fucking dead. Like, maybe had $2,000 of product on the shelves.
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking dead. So going into it, me and Nora, like, we knew it was going to be long hours. Like, you're going to come see me after work. Let's, on Saturdays, come up and we'll watch movies. And, like, we knew this. I knew this going into it. And it was, there was weeks we were doing $500 a week. The $6,000 a month. Now we do that in 2 or 3 days sometimes. It's fucking crazy. And
it's all,
that's all an attestament to y'all for trusting in us and believing in us and like truly like showing small business support. That's why I say fuck Amazon. So Again,
except for batteries.
Well, I mean,
if you got to go buy 100 pack of AA batteries, go to Amazon. But if you can get something that you can get from a small business, Amazon's a $1 trillion company. They'll be fine without your $42 amino acid purchase. Like,
well, and again, you're not going to get that personal touch with Amazon. You're not going to get that personal consultation.
Yeah.
That, again, that specific touch. You're not just a number. You're not going to be going to a cookie cutter type style of nutrition or training or whatever. You're getting something that's going to be dedicated and catered to that specific person.
Even on my website that we're trying to redo, I'm trying to have a chat option so it comes directly to my phone.
Nice.
Like, not a bot, auto transcript, but directly to my fucking cell phone. So it's still the personal touch.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
But we're trying to revamp it. That's not where I want it to be yet, so I haven't really been pushing it much.
But again, I mean, you're maintaining that personal connection with your clients, with your customer base, to where you're letting them know, hey, look, you're still important. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if I'm there or whoever else is there.
The one thing that the people I worked for that really like instilled in me was like, treat the $3 drink like it's the $200 order. And that's just always, whether I've had like really good conversations about life and just hobbies and like fun stuff with people that spend $9 for a brownie and a drink. You know?
God, we've got some characters too, man. I have to give this shout out. Shout out to Martin. I have to give he is. We have some. He's not the only one. Like, we've got some fantastic customers.
He's our oil and gas guy.
He's our oil and gas guy, and he comes back from overseas, and every time he walks in, I'm like, all right, let's make some popcorn. He's got some crazy stories.
He goes to Saudi.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You said that, and I'm like, because he's always the one where he'll come in, and he has decent, we get him ready to go off, so he has his stuff, but at the same time, like, he'll come and he'll just buy a drink and just bullshit with us.
He came by on Thursday.
Oh, did he?
Hung out with me and Jovi for like an hour.
Yeah, so. Super good. So shout out to you.
I think he's gonna come see you today later.
Oh, cool. Okay, good.
But yeah, long story short, when I got back from Green Bay, had this surgery, and they're like, "Hey, you can work for us. You don't really need both hands." And it just took off from there.
Nice.
But those first year and a half was hard, man. Like it was hard. It was really hard, especially after I got injured, and we're not there yet with the whole powerlifting journey. But back to powerlifting. So, state line showdown, 738, 540, 788. I think I went 6 out of 9 and that was it.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, right? That I've had meets like that.
So Nationals 2016, I totaled 2,000.
Nationals 2016, okay.
Nationals 2017. I totaled 2055.
Nice. Okay. So not a huge jump, but you're still there.
And then.
But that was at 290. You said that was like 10 pounds lighter.
The state line showdown, I was at 289.
Yes. Okay, so you stayed at the same strength, dropped 10, 15 pounds, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I was 303.
And you're injured.
303. So I dropped like 15 pounds.
Right.
And my bench went up, my squat went up, and my deadlift went up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What got really crazy was when I dropped to 275, I weighed in at 273, another almost 20 pounds down. Everyone was talking shit. You're going to get weak. You're going to get weak. Nathan said, fuck you. Watch this. I went from 738 to 771 on squat. Jeez. Matched my lifetime 540 PR.
Nice, dude.
And I only did 750 on deads, but basically I wanted to go from 750 opener.
Yeah.
I think, and to match my PR, which would have given me 2100.
Okay.
But I kind of blacked out. No, there's my second attempt,
Okay.
and right off the floor it just slipped out.
Oh, no.
And then so like on the third, I tried to be a little bit more pull slack out more.
Yeah, right.
So it's a longer lift, so
Yeah.
I blacked out and
Got
fell
it.
into Lance Ross's
Oh, got it. Okay. So you didn't get to lock out.
big bulging lap. Hi, Lance. Lance, if y'all never met Lance, I don't
No, I
think,
haven't met
but he is one of the most genuine humans, the most intense motherfucker you will ever meet when it comes to deadlift.
Okay.
Like, he's the one that got us to start doing like 900-pound rack pulls
Yeah.
at
yeah.
the knee.
Yeah.
And he's like, once you start doing this shit,
Yeah.
your stimulus is gonna be
Yeah.
there, and
That's what you had me doing. You had me doing the 7.
he pulled
730 or
788 at
something?
like 60 years old. He has
Unreal.
308 Masters record at 788 or something.
That's a big man.
That's a big dude.
He's a fucking animal.
No kidding.
But 275, I totaled 2061. So my total did go down 5 pounds.
But you 20
But I was 20
lighter.
pounds lighter.
Yeah.
So my dots actually went, which I hate dots. I'm a Wilkes guy.
Of course.
523 up to 531. So,
Okay. God, Wilkes or Dots in the 500s. That's awesome.
that was
Dropping 30 plus pounds.
Gulf Coast Open was June 2nd, and then my next meet was July 25th at the first ever tribute meet.
Okay.
That was the first ever meet dedicated to giving back to the lifter. All
Okay.
the money raised was donated sponsorship money from all the vendors.
Nice.
So it's very cool.
That is cool.
Unfortunately, I won that meet by default in my class, and I was 4th overall for the meet because the two guys I was competing against, Dan Hawkins, his wife was in a car, nothing serious, but she was in a car wreck the day before, so it just
okay.
fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So now I'm back up into 308s.
Okay.
So I went from 273
Dang.
up to 294.
Okay.
And I went from 777. I squatted 804, but they said I was high, which I wasn't, Bobby.
There might be a nugget of resentment there.
So,
Nah.
so official number 777, which is still up from 771.
Yeah, man.
Bench went from 540 to 573.
Cool.
750 to 777. So still have not gotten back to
where you
my
were.
PR on deadlift.
Yeah.
Because all the recomps and the ups and downs.
Dude, leverages are
Yes,
just destroyed.
yes.
Yeah, man.
So
but it's crazy that your squats are that consistent.
So
That's surprising.
So that was
Those weight
that was the
training.
first ever. So I took a long off season. That was August 28th. I didn't compete again until April of 2019. So 8 months, 9 months, and I went from 777 to 800,
Nah, there you go.
573 to 578. And 777 to 782. So I was very pissed. I was fucking pissed that I only added.
It's amazing that your squat was that high with your deadlifts.
I went from 2127 to 2160, and I was pissed. Because I missed 804 deadlift, which would have given me 2200.
And that was your third?
Yeah. Then I did the second tribute meet.
Was it your hand?
I
You
know. I
remember?
was trying to get my hips under a little more, and it just like dragged on my quads so bad.
Yeah.
And I kind of yelled at the head judge, Ennis, because he kind of said down too early. And I was like, let me fight. And then after watching, I was like, you made the right call. So then my next meet after that, from April to August 3rd, I went 799 to 804. But that's the meet where all of a sudden on my third squat, I'm squatting after Kevin Oak.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck did Tommy call? And he called 854.
Ooh.
And when I say I barely missed it, I'm talking, I stood up and I was coming up, and then it just started rolling on me.
Oh no!
I'm telling you, it was probably
couldn't lock out.
It was probably almost 80% completed.
Dude.
So that would have, and this is when I had to do a token bench because I tore a muscle belly in my pec. Didn't tear the major or minor, but I had crazy bruising through the muscle belly.
Yeah.
So it hurt, but so I just took a token 501.
Okay.
I was projected to hit 6'11", 6'17".
Shit.
That's how good. My last bench that I hurt my pec on was 589.
And it was training like 2 weeks prior to that? 2 or 3 weeks prior?
And the thing
it was like the last week of prep.
The thing what happened on that bench is that I hit it so fast that my shoulder blades came off the bench and just like I hit it so hard that I did a little twitch like that and it just
doesn't take much.
It caught it. Luckily,
and that was what? 6. That was what? 6.
That was 589.
That was 589.
It looked like a fucking opener.
Yeah. It's unreal.
And then that's when 804, 501, and then 826 on deadlift. I finally.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So the original goal for that meet, Tommy jumped me to 854 because we were trying to make up room for the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So the original goal was 826, 617, and 826. The goal was 2271.
Yeah.
Ended up only being, I totaled 2132, missing 110 pounds off my bench. So it should have been about a 2250 is what it should have been. But this is why I always tell people, stop counting your fucking chickens before they're hatched.
Yeah, right.
It'll be their meat day. You don't fucking know.
I hate when people say that.
You could get out of the car and tweak your fucking L5. You don't know that.
Yeah.
Like, stop saying that.
Yeah.
But, so I was very stubborn. Instead of...
You don't say.
So... I go into this tribute knowing that the pec is messed up, and then end up still winning my weight class. I beat Steve Johnson and I beat Shane Holler. Now Shane
still 308.
308. Now Shane has gone on to be fucking phenomenal.
Shane Holler.
Shane, you were a fucking tank, bro.
Strong dude. Yeah.
Steve has since retired kind of from powerlifting as well.
I don't know.
Forsaken Warriors.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. Shout out to Steve. Good dude, man.
He did your shirt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he did the shirt.
But then I was like, fuck it. I'll, run some recovery peptides and stuff. That's why I'm not against the recovery peptides if you're going to chill and let it recover.
It has to
if you're taking them only just to get back into the game and compete again, don't fucking do it, guys.
Yeah.
Because I did it, and I was doing too much. Like, I was so caught up in the total game and all that shit that I didn't even realize that I was overcompensating. Mm-hmm. And that's what led to my shoulder blowing out. Mm-hmm. This pec was healed, but I was still 70-30 or 65-35 on weight loading. And I didn't realize it.
Yeah, right.
So I won the tribute in my weight class. I don't remember where I was at for that. Well, actually, hold on.
And we're back.
So I still win the weight class. I think I was, with the bum titty, I think I was 5th or 6th overall.
Bum titty.
John Hack won.
I would have put that as like, even with the bum titty. Jeff Yonker.
That year, I think John Hack won. Kevin Oak was 3rd. No, it's Kevin.
The meat. You're talking about the meat.
Overall.
Yeah, overall does, yeah.
It was John, Kevin. I forgot who got 3rd. But I was close to being on the podium, even with the bum titty.
Yeah.
So then I was like, Boss of Bosses was coming up the next month. Which is, if you don't know what Boss of Bosses is, it's I don't think it's a meet anymore, but before all these big money meets, Boss of Bosses was what the best powerlifters in the world went to. Mm. So I see these guys that are like being invited that I've been beating. Mm. So I was like, I straight up fucking messaged Dan. I was like, hey man, like, what do I got to do to be invited? And he's like, what's your numbers? I told him, he's like, you're invited. Really easy. And that was when I thought everything was going to change. but then I got injured. But that meet, went out there not really expecting much because the pec, I didn't know what the pec was going to do.
Yeah, right.
And mind you, I just done April, August, and August. It's the same, in the same month, August 3rd and August 30th. Like, it was very back to back.
How long had you been taking peptides at that point?
5 weeks.
Oh, shit.
But...
And Nathan, you're still under Nathan? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, PR squat went from 804. Really, I'm telling you, that 854, I would have had 843.
Yeah.
848.
Yeah.
Like, I was.
That's so close. Yeah.
So close, man. Bench. Previous PR,
so the squat was what?
815.
815.
I missed 832.
Okay.
But honestly, I was just fucking gassed.
Okay.
Like, 578 was my lifetime, and I did 589.
Woo! With the bum titty.
Which is still, it still wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
But I still kick myself.
589.
To this day, I should have done the 601.
And we talked about that. I think every time I talk about, because I have a number I want to hit on bench. Every time we talk about it, he's like, "Should I have 601?" And
then I did 793, and then I missed 815. I was just dead, but I hit 2200 and won best lifter.
Yeah,
I beat. I mean, guys now like Jamal Browner, Joe Sullivan, Joe Swimhack, Rob Hall, like all these big name guys, and I was just kind of there.
Yeah.
No one even really. I mean, they knew I was strong, obviously, but that the expression came out of left field.
Yeah, a bit of the underdog. Yeah.
And it was the funnest meet I had ever done, because that was the most relaxed I'd ever had. It's the first meet I didn't have Tommy there.
This was 2019.
This is 19.
This is 2019. This is August 19.
So literally, 3 weeks ago was the 5-year anniversary of this.
Yes. In 5 years. In 5 years. You went from...
In
4 years.
From August 22nd of 15 to August 30th, I went from 1829
that's what I was going to
say. To 2200.
400.
And it should have been realistically...
370 pounds.
If this doesn't happen at the tribute, it's literally 2254, 2260.
Yeah.
So, again...
Which puts your... So let's put this in perspective too. Like, again, people who aren't powerlifters, when you're at a meet, it's far different than your training totals. You're doing it all at one time. There's a lot of things happening. You're not in your natural environment. You're not like, it's a different animal. So 2,200 powerlifting total, like as far as comp goes, but what was your training total?
I always squatted more at meets. My lifetime PR in the gym, I mean, you just on straight weight or like accommodated resistance?
Straight weight.
Straight weight. I want to say my best squat was in the gym like 783.
Really?
782.
Okay. I thought it was way higher than that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We didn't really...
You didn't push it because of the knee?
Well, and all the other injuries. Again, I didn't talk about it. I don't fucking make excuses. Like,
yeah.
When I started my powerlifting career, I had already had 12 fucking surgeries. Like,
yeah.
You know, nobody knows that.
Yeah, right.
You know? By the time I got to this, I had another surgery. And then I have another one. It was like 13 surgeries before Boss of Bosses. But I also had, not surgical shit, but like herniated disc. That one fucked me up for a while.
Yeah, it just fucked us all up. And it doesn't. And it doesn't take. It takes being out of position by millimeters.
Yeah. I woke up and I couldn't fucking walk.
Right.
I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
You know, it was just the way it was protruding was right into the nerve.
Yeah.
My entire left leg was not working. So that was very scary.
Yeah, dude.
But that took up 4 or 5 months of training for deadlift. I started at the fucking hips, little rack pulls, and worked my way down to the floor. But it took 3 or 4 months. So It's a lot of shit behind the scenes that nobody even knew about.
And for most lifters too. Like most people, you see what's on Instagram. You're like, oh, that dude's really strong, bro. You don't see all the pain and injuries and everything that it takes to get to that point.
I'm telling you, man. Like if you're 100%,
which is why, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you on that. Which is why I'm such a big proponent on posting your failure, right? Posting stuff that not everybody is privy to see, because it's an important part of the journey. I'm a firm believer, if you're gonna share your journey, share the journey, all of it, right? That's why I gotta post that squat failure that we had yesterday.
Well, yeah, it's nice that you're giving them a peek behind the curtain, because like we've discussed before, social medias are highlight reels.
Social media.
It's not a true look at what life is. It's all a highlight reel.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So by posting those failures is, one, doing others a greater service than posting those highlights, because they'll be able to see, okay, the people that I look up to that are putting up those numbers, they fail just like I do, and they have to just grind.
It's even something as small as, so I have the last rack pulls I did those 725 rack pulls, and I could have done the rack pull and then cut the video right then, but instead I let the video go a little bit longer, where I was saying, man, that's heavy. That's heavy. Right? I'm done. I'm not doing any more than that. Right? So it's just that psychological change, like, puts a different perspective on everything. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, training total, 780, what was it you said? 785, whatever?
782 or 789 or something like that.
Did you ever hit 6 on bench on training?
I did. I think I did 625 to a 2-board.
Damn.
Which is really weird. Which is really weird, because my weakness is actually lockout. I'm very explosive off the chest.
Super explosive. So you're also a digger too.
So the fact that I was able to do that from the weak point was just fucking,
it's awesome.
Stupid. And then it was like literally the next week I had straight in the pack. Yeah. So, but to the chest, 589.
Yeah.
Deadlift.
Did you get close to 9?
7. No.
Okay. Because I know you wanted to.
That was the goal. After Boss to Bosses, everything changed. I was like, all right, 2,300. Because I only did 22. So 100 pounds sounds like this huge jump.
Bro,
but again,
100 at that level, 100 pounds is massive.
But at the same time, again, if I don't hurt my pec, tribute, I'm 2260. So 2300, 2303 really wasn't that out of reach.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
But I didn't realize how much I was overcompensating.
Yeah.
And then I was literally doing sets of 6 or 8 to a 2-board at 450, 75%.
God, dog.
And then for back down work.
Oh, this same kind of explosive shit you always do?
In off season. This is like two months after
the same
meet.
Explosive lift that you normally do, like your normal. That's insane.
And then like the first set, I felt like this, like a crack and some burning.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like scar tissue, because I already had surgery on the shoulder that I never talked about. So I was like, all right, cool. So I had like this like burning sensation, like blood flow.
Yeah.
Did 2 more sets. And then
12 more reps.
Then like fucking 10 minutes later, I couldn't raise my arm.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's something wrong.
Yeah. 12 more reps. It blows my mind. 12 more reps at 30 pounds or 20 pounds more than my lifetime top single. Okay, I just want to put that in perspective.
What's crazy is, like, yes, I was a strong person, but there's guys like Julius and
Julius.
Dude, fucking somebody
super good
fucking
dude.
Shane, dude. I think Shane's on track to do like, I think 950, 960 in sleeves.
Insane,
like,
man.
just I told him once he gets his bench, dude, no one can even fucking touch him.
Yeah.
That's his one lagging, even though he's a 550 bencher now.
Yeah.
Compared to his other two, it's lagging.
What, dude,
But,
whatever.
like, whatever. But,
And when you get to that level, it's unreal. I don't know if we got to tell you or talk to you. We got to talk to Julius for a bit.
Oh yeah.
We went to the American Athletic
Yeah.
Show. Like we went down there. We talked to him.
Massive dude.
coolest guy, dude.
Dude, he's like he made a good analogy. He's like shaking hands with
Like a catcher's mitt.
a catcher. Dude, his hands
I mean,
are just
just
insane.
this massive.
Yeah. So
Him, I actually got to hang out with him a little bit at Boston Bosses.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Because him and James were under Josh Bryant, so
Okay,
they kind
yeah.
of did the whole
Yeah.
bench thing together.
Yeah. Super nice guy.
People kind of shit on James, call him a bench specialist, but I only beat James by 20 pounds. I mean, he totaled 2180.
That was something that you and I talked about because
like-
I was like, he's just bench guy.
Like,
He's like,
I-
nah, hell no, he's
Like
solid total.
I understand a lot of his total is his bench,
Yeah.
but like,
And
he's
that's
still,
where
still
his-
over 700 on both and
Yeah.
a 650 bench.
And his social media, he concentrates a lot on that too.
well, that's his
like-
his bench program.
Yeah,
He's
correct.
trying to
That's
sell
what I
his
mean.
program,
And
it
Julius,
fucking works.
Julius, same thing. I actually looked into doing Julius's bench program. God, he's so big. He's like the biggest, nicest guy. It's so funny because like
He's so humble, dude.
he is.
He's
such a
He's
nice
humble and he's sober.
Yeah.
Because I asked after, dude, let's go get some drinks. And just when I was still drinking, he's I'll come, but I won't drink.
Yeah.
You know, but like,
super good dude, man.
It's just a
so
good-
huge shout out to Julius Maddox. Like super good dude.
Yeah.
humble as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to be, but he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
It's
the
got- when you-
strongest fucking guy in the world.
Yeah.
And like, he doesn't, that's not, there's more to the surface than that. You know,
Yeah.
one of my best friends, Lita, has always kept me grounded when it went into a meet. You are more than your numbers. And
Something we preach
yes,
constantly. It's
she told me that the morning of Bossa Bosses and the tribute meet, and I was just so relaxed. And that's just always stuck with me.
Yeah.
She's one of my best friends.
yeah,
you
and
know?
it's something that even we do, right? In the, like even me, and something that we constantly talk about is like you're not curing cancer. You're powerlifting. Like you're not contributing. You're not
picking up heavy stuff and moving it.
Yeah, which is awesome, and it's so cool. But like in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of life, like it's super important to push your goal, and it's super important to push yourself to those goals. Is what I meant to say. But at the same time, like you're not winning the Nobel Prize here.
My thing was,
And we deal with a lot of people who have that kind of mentality, and
we lift weights, bro.
we lift weights.
Like, you're not
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
You might be stronger than somebody on the platform, but who the fuck are you off the platform?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you're
And I
a
like that mentality.
bag
I
of
like that.
shit,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I will never take away that
Yeah.
you're strong.
I learned
But
that.
what kind of person are you?
I learned that after this, and that humbled me on that
Yeah.
7. So talking about these crazy numbers. my like claim to fame, right, was like that 765 squat that just destroyed. I got it, and then like 2 weeks later, just I did it again, and it killed me. It didn't kill me, but it blew that hip out. Anyway, like I needed that to happen, like that needed to happen in order for me to come back to reality and be like, this I'm not doing any, like at the end of the day, nobody knows who I am. Nobody cares. I'm not winning a Nobel Prize.
I've just never understood it, man. Same thing in bodybuilding. Like, you placed higher than somebody,
Yeah.
and you go like throw shade.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You're not Arnold, where you're going to be a governor.
I just
like it's,
now. Don't get me wrong. Like, yes, we are only lifting weights, but some of these guys they're following.
the gym saves people's lives.
Some of these guys are
wholeheartedly.
truly inspiring and giving people
Yes.
hope, and like that's amazing.
Yeah, but it's guys like Julius.
But those guys aren't
are
the
humble.
ones that are pieces of shit in real life.
that's what I'm saying.
Like, you know,
it's guys like Julius that are
Yeah.
doing that. Not
those
these
guys,
pieces of
the
shit.
guys that are actually inspiring people are actually good, humble people.
Right.
I never understood that. You know, we got 100 lifters here, and you got somebody in the corner with their fucking hoodie on, their music on. Don't fucking talk to me. It's like, fuck off, dude.
I'm not going there.
Fuck off, dude.
Yeah, I'm not doing
that happened to me, not to me, but I saw it happen in front of me at the tribute. And I was like, I lost a lot of respect for the guy. I won't name drop him, but
Yeah.
like
That's happened.
you're we lift weights, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like, what do you offer to society?
Yeah,
like
that happened to me. We had that conversation. Same
but
thing. Dude.
it's-
I've been there.
But so, boss to boss happens. We have
Yeah.
all these plans.
Yeah, right.
Was
And
it?
then,
After that meet, I told her that 2200. I actually got an invite to the Big Dogs meet in Australia.
No,
Because you have
I
to
didn't
have,
know that.
you have to have. Okay, I don't really talk about it because it was just a big fucking letdown because I blew my shoulder out
Yeah.
3 weeks later.
Yeah.
But you have to have a 2200 qualifying total.
Oh, okay.
But I was gonna go do it raw. Everyone else is wrapped.
Ah.
It was just an experience thing for me.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the one thing that I wish could have still happened. You know.
Like went on that note as opposed to the boss.
Not even. I mean, if that meet, if my last meet is my last meet competitively ever,
Yeah, it is
I
what
can
it
walk
is.
away fine.
Yeah, it is
Because
what it is. You can't change
of
it.
who won, well, what I totaled, the meet I won,
Mm-hmm.
and the people I beat. I mean, I can walk away happy with that.
Yeah.
But I eventually I will probably be back on the platform for fun,
Yeah.
but in a very fucking competitive way with myself.
Right.
That's the way it should be.
I would
as
love,
it should be.
Yeah.
but that was not my mentality.
I know.
back then.
Yeah.
Back then,
Right.
I wanted to win at all costs.
Right.
It goes back to college and me not being okay with the mediocre fucking mindset
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
accepting losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're not trying to win, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like the pussy mentality of participation awards and all that bullshit is fucking killing our youth. It's killing everything that's there's sports.
Yeah.
There's a winner and there's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like fuck out of here.
Yeah.
No.
And when you're,
Oh,
and
you
when,
did really good. Here's your little trophy.
Yeah. No, when you lose.
I saw a video of a kid threw his fucking participation trophy in the trash as he's leaving the gymnasium.
Good.
I'm like,
Nice.
this kid
I love that. He gets it. Yeah, he
like,
gets it.
not, oh, where's my trophy? I got 6th place. Fuck your trophy.
Yeah.
You want a trophy? Go fucking win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, and I know I'm probably sounding a little aggressive, but like, it's these kids these days are so coddled and so babied.
They need to learn how to live.
I have to have a medal because they got them. That's not fucking life, bro.
Yeah.
And then these kids actually get to life expecting all these handouts.
Yeah.
That's not life. Life sucks sometimes.
yeah. No.
Sometimes you lose.
No.
But you can tell how passionate I am about it. But
Yeah. Well, it goes to the powerlifters. It goes like I'm not gonna say all of them,
I'm
but there
competing
are
with myself.
there-
No, motherfucker, you're in a weight class with 17 other motherfuckers. You gonna win?
there's
Or not.
So so that being said, there's some truth to that, and there's also other truths to that, like because everyone's on their own journey, right?
Yes.
So like everyone deals with their own injuries. So if I'm let's say I'm in the 242 class, and you know whatever numbers I hit in the past doesn't matter. It doesn't mean shit. What matters is happening today. And I've got this guy. He's early mid 20s, right? He's in the same. Let's say he's in open, and I'm competing in open and submasters because I'm old. And
Welcome.
Thanks. Good to be here. And he's outperforming me, right? Like I can't, given my journey, I can't compete with that.
Right. It is
So-
at that point. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah,
you're
yeah.
still gonna go with your mindset.
Oh, I'm still gonna go balls to the wall,
Right,
and
you're still-
you know me.
you're
I'm
still-
gonna end up hurting myself.
You're still going there to try to compete.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm gonna go. I go. That's something that he has to do, and you too. Like constantly reel me back because I just.
There was
like-
at the last meet Texas Iron hosted. She's like, oh, I was talking to somebody and like, oh, well, this girl's in my weight class, another female lifter, and I was like, okay, she could bomb out. You don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Oh
Like-
yeah.
Like
yeah.
she could just not have a good day.
Yeah.
You never fucking know, but
Yeah.
you
Just go
you
do
go into it
Yeah.
giving 100%.
Yeah.
So because someone's stronger than you on paper, you're not going to go full blow. Go like
makes-
what do you?
that
What do
makes
you?
no
You just
sense.
did a
No.
19-week prep and
Yeah.
you're going to give up before it
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
because they showed up.
Yeah. Right.
Like
yeah.
no, fuck that.
So weird.
But after I said that, she got fired up. But like no, you're
Yeah, you can't
worthy.
quit.
Like
you can't
quit
you're
before you
worthy
start.
of winning. Believe that shit, and it might happen.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? Oh, well, they're here, so I'm going to lose. No,
That was just like with
stop
Tom-
counting your chickens before they
Just
are
like
hatched.
Tommy putting that 850 on the bar. Like, hey, it he's going up to the platform, so you don't have a choice.
I didn't even know the weight. I just knew I was going, because Kevin was the last squatter, the first 2 flights. And then all of a sudden, I'm after Kevin.
Yeah, and you're like, wait a minute.
I'm like, wait a
minute. So again, okay, so we're taking a lot of things for granted that we know you understand. The way that powerlifting meets are set up is it's weight class and weight that you're going to lift within the weight class, so they don't have to constantly load and unload plates on the bar, right? So what he's saying is he knows this guy squats significantly more than him, which means that he should be way after where he was, and instead he's coming after him. So he's like, well, that means he's gonna have to lift more weight than what he thought he was gonna do, right?
And like perspective wise, like
that's the strategy. So there's a lot of strategy.
I'm not a well-known lifter compared to Kevin Oak. So if y'all want to go look up Kevin Oak, you'll see what the hell we're talking about. But he's actually a 242 guy, and I want to say he squatted 903 before. But he used to be, I believe he was an Olympic qualified sprinter. Like,
really? Yeah, I didn't know that. Shit. Makes sense.
He did. I don't think he went to the trials but didn't get through. But top athlete.
Right. Athlete is
great genetics, all that stuff, man. But for me to like be after him, I was like, what the fuck did Tommy just call? He didn't tell me.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the whole like participation shit. Like, I get it if they're like 4 at the YMCA or something, but like 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, it's lunacy.
You should be learning. Learning how to fail properly, and then how to come out of it.
Yeah,
that's an important lesson to learn.
Now that I am a parent, I think that parents should be the ones doing this, not relying on the Pee Wee football coach or as a parent, you have to talk them through losses.
Yeah.
And, not just coach, why is he not getting a ribbon?
That's part.
No, this is why a lot of these shitbag kids are shitbags because their parents just want to give them the world.
Well, that's part of coaching. You got to coach them. You coach them through the wins. You coach them through the losses. It's part of coaching.
Instead of them wanting the coaches to do that, they're just like, Coach, give my kid a ribbon. It's like,
make him happy, shut him up. It's just the same thing as like giving him a screen. And
you want to give the kids a ribbon? You do it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You want to go? Yeah.
No.
My nephew Rhett, man, he, I've been involved in a very huge part of his life, upbringing, almost like a father figure kind of thing. Ashley's son.
Yeah. I remember Rhett. Good kid.
Great kid, and he's exactly like that. He's like, why the fuck am I getting a ring from a tournament where we got 3rd place?
Yeah.
He's got 19 fucking rings.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean anything anymore. It means fucking jack shit.
No, and
now if it's a fucking 3-week tournament and you've played 19 games and all that, and it's a national tournament, okay. But you're doing these tournaments once a month.
Yeah.
Like, why are we giving out championship rings for a tournament? That's 4 wins and you get a ring.
Well, it's another thing that
they're desensitized to actually meaning something.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like those kids who get those the participation trophies or these rings. That devalues the person or the team that actually won to where they earned that trophy.
Yep.
I mean, it's just like, I'm the one we're the team that came out here and we were the best. We were the ones who were the undefeated, or we just, we made the sacrifices. We earned this win. Why am I getting the same trophy that the team that got 3rd or 4th place got?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. What's the point?
I have 3 rings like that: conference championship, national championship, and conference championship.
And they're just thrown in a drawer somewhere?
I don't even know where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, 2 of my national championship ring and my blend conference championship. My ex-girlfriend, I think, threw them away.
Wow. But in any case, it doesn't mean anything, right? So it's like...
Well, no, those did.
Oh, she threw those? Oh, sorry.
Those were actually... we won conference. National championship.
Gotcha, right.
It was just a fucking ring from a tournament from 11th grade. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, right.
But those were pretty... I've actually looked into getting them replicated.
Oh,
just
wow.
So I have them as like display pieces.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. But anyways, back to the whole journey of 2300, then it got imploded. This is when I started drinking again. Can I use the restroom real quick?
Yeah.
And
We're back.
Okay. So Boston Bosses, great meat, awesome time, best meat I ever had. Most relaxed I ever was.
really?
Dude, I'm telling you.
You were just
Because I had
Meant to be there?
high anxiety, and I don't know what made Lita text me, but she texted me that morning. It was just like, "You're more than your numbers,"
yeah.
and I was good.
That's awesome, dude. I love that. This chair.
I was literally Dan and Sparkle had just had twins, like newborn twins.
Oh,
they were
wow.
like a fucking month old, 2 months old, and I was literally holding them before bench. I was playing with I was feeding their kids
Nice.
in the like waiting area.
That's awesome.
And then I think it was Ogden was like, "Jeff, you're like 4 out." And I was like, "Oh fuck."
Wow.
So I had to like, "Hey, come take Jack."
Yeah.
So I think that really helped out a lot that day though.
Yeah.
Just calm and
Yeah.
babies, and everyone's like, "Give Jeff a baby, give Jeff a baby." Nora, give Jeff a baby, and now she's finally here. But anyways, so after that meet, I have this whole like sit down with Tommy. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna
To be ready for the Australian
really
meet?
no, just
Or
because that meet was a whole year away anyways. Because that meet is normally every year in August or September.
okay.
So I wouldn't have been able to do it anyways because I didn't qualify for that for 19. This was a qualification for 2020.
Got it. Okay.
Which was canceled anyways for COVID.
Yeah,
so
yeah, right.
maybe it might have happened. I don't remember, but at that point I was so checked out and depressed from the injury. I didn't really give a fuck.
right.
But that's what I'm going into now is how fucked up mentally I was after being hurt.
Yeah, after that and you blew that out. And
So not only was it just like a big, so the first once we figured out I needed surgery, I was like, okay, minor setback, cool. It's not going to be that bad. We'll be back in no time. Well, I had surgery in December of 19. Go in for a torn labrum.
yeah.
Doctor goes in, cleans it out, says the labrum's not torn. I'm like, how the fuck does an MRI show a tear, but it's not there? So I'm like, okay, that's great. Give it 3 to 4 weeks, let the inflammation out, right back to it. 3-4 board press, not pushing the shoulder. Did a little month rehab that they wanted me to do after the surgery. Because again, it wasn't a labrum repair. So like, when I say 4 board press, I'm talking about like just the bar. Slowly,
Just move.
Right.
not throwing 4 or 5 back on.
Correct. Yeah, you're moving.
Still following protocol from PT.
Yeah.
But like, within 3 weeks of being released, I'm like, guys, there's something fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Like, there's something wrong. I still have no control on the descent, which is a telltale sign of a posterior tear. So I'm like, I go back and get an MRI with contrast this time. And I kid you not, when we get the results, the doctor, we're looking at it together. Mind you, this is my 14th, 15th surgery by now. So I actually kind of
So
know
you have
how
a pretty good idea of what you're looking
I
at.
kind of can actually read an MRI now. Yeah. And we're both looking at the same fucking tear.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker, I won't say his name, said, well, yeah, it's there, but it's not. It's there, but I don't think we need to go back in. Because it looks really fucking bad when a doctor has to go back in
Yeah, correct.
Oh, yeah.
2-3 months
absolutely.
after he
Correct.
just closed you back up.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck you. I'm out of here. Like,
Now, was this like a good doctor? Was this like a?
apparently I'm the only one that had a negative experience. And it was not like he was neglectful or negligent. It was just human error. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do anything to fucking to tear it.
Right.
After he closed me back up. It was already fucking torn.
Right.
And he missed it.
Yeah.
So he didn't hurt me or injure me.
So the reason I'm asking is because Tommy, right? Like.
No, there was no neglect.
Okay,
There was
got
no
it.
negligence. It was just human error. There's a difference. And to this day, anytime I see him at the gym, he's just like, "Oh, how's your shoulder doing?" I'm like, "Dude, get the fuck away from me! Like, you didn't want to take accountability for it. I had to pay for a second fucking surgery when you should have been paying for it."
Yeah.
So, go get it actually done.
Yeah.
It's going great. Now, this is kind of my fault and my physical therapist's fault. I said, let's get this thing fucking strong as possible, as quick as possible.
Okay. Yeah. Never a good combo.
Well, so this is why you go to school, though. This is why your profession is.
Yeah, right, yeah.
As the PT, should have told me, let's calm down.
Yeah.
I go to elevated push-ups, not even full range push-up. We started on the wall.
Yeah.
And then 45-degree angle to the PT table.
Yeah.
Ruptures everything.
Oh.
Insurance doesn't want to help. They want me to sue the PT student who's $160,000 in student loan debt. They want me to personally sue her and her, because they have to all have their own insurance.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you guys are fucking disgusting. United Healthcare, fuck you. Like, what? So, I have to get the surgery again. God. So this is December of 19 to May of 20.
Yeah.
Have to redo it again December of 19. 3 fucking surgeries in 12 months.
On the same
area.
tear.
So, and on the 3rd surgery, they actually did a full reconstruction. They cut the bicep off. They attached it to the bone.
Okay.
Because if you don't know this, your bicep is inserted, the attachment is into the labrum. So the mindset of this doctor was, we're going to try to prolong as much of the labrum as possible.
Yeah. So re-anchor it somewhere else.
So re-anchor it somewhere else to give the labrum a break.
Right.
That one stuck. I mean, it's fucking torn to shit again already, but it's been 4 years. So probably need another one now. But the thing, I need replacements in my left knee and my right shoulder, but nobody will do it because I'm only 37. So it sucks.
Yeah.
Because it would drastically improve my quality of life.
Yeah.
Mind you, in between the 2nd and 3rd surgery, I had my other 5th knee surgery. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, I hit my out-of-pocket max.
Yeah.
Because I had to do another fucking surgery.
Might as well. Yeah, right.
So that surgery was free. But then they tried to give me a fucking bill for $3,700 for PT on my knee. And I'm like, guys, get fucked. I didn't pay for the surgery because I'm out-of-pocket max met, but you're going to try to give me a bill for PT?
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah.
If you send this anywhere, I'm giving you $10 a month for the next 30 fucking years. No. So, anyways. So, it kind of got dark.
Yeah.
You know, I never truly realized, I hate when people say gym is therapy, like, but it kind of is.
It is,
yeah.
It is, but it's not.
We believe it is.
It's the endorphin release, but you're not actually trying to actively resolve your traumas.
Right.
So, but it is.
Yeah, right.
But the form of,
I get you.
it's a release and a stress reliever. It's absolutely therapeutic.
Yeah, right.
But people like me
Need help. Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna get to the gym and have
Okay.
these releases.
Real quick. So this whole time, right? You had stopped drinking.
No.
When you had.
No, he started back up at this point.
Well, that was my question. So after Austin, you got with that team, right? And then.
So I went
you
like
moved
6 months sober.
You went. Oh, it was so in that whole 6 years. There was only a 6-month span of time that you were sober.
Right. So
wow. Okay.
Right,
Got it. So I was under the inclination that you were sober, and then you went. Now you're saying you went back. Okay.
No.
All right.
I started just drinking socially.
Got it. Okay.
After I did that 6 months.
Okay.
I mean, I rarely drank with, like, because Nora's family, they had like having margaritas on Friday and wine.
Right.
And when we first started dating, I was like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. But then, we just started casually drinking.
Yeah.
But then.
Got it. So this happened.
And then it just got really dark, man.
Yeah.
Like, I did not realize how much I relied on gym therapy to
Cover up.
to cope. which I'll get into that. So I started. It really started spiraling when, like, literally as I got hurt, and I think it was October. By like November, I wasn't drinking every day, but instead of just having 2 or 3, 4 drinks, I was drinking a bottle of fucking whiskey, and then going out and drinking more.
Oh, jeez.
It was a lot. It was a lot, man. Some of the stories were kind of funny and out of control, but like looking back, it wasn't funny at all. But it's hard to hear shit about yourself that you don't remember, completely blackout drunk, and then you hear it.
Yeah.
It's really hard to accept that shit, you know? But I spiraled pretty hard. Like, COVID hits right after the surgery.
Yeah.
My best friend and her wife and Rhett, my nephew, are all living with us.
And you had just opened your own business. Stress of that.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, it was 18 months in.
Yeah.
And then, or
When
not
COVID
even,
hit.
16 months in when COVID hits.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Luckily, the store was great. You know, 50% increase, 18 in, you know, we grew like
it's
crazy.
still stressful, though.
Yeah. People don't realize that being your own like business, even when you're doing good, the stress never stops because anything can end the next day.
Yeah,
you know, anything can happen. But I just back to the gym stuff. I stopped going completely because I was so depressed. I didn't realize how much the powerlifting had become like my identity.
You know,
and
your coping mechanism.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when I started going. I was drinking, but it was like, at this point, it was having fun and going out with my people from the gym.
Yeah.
Birthday parties, stuff like that. And then after the surgery, it kind of turned into...
You needed this.
Picking up 2 or 3 75 milliliter bottles.
Correct. Yeah.
Chugging one.
Just to function.
And it was just so weird, you know? So that, I mean, I drank about a fifth, almost 7-8 months straight, every night.
God, dude.
And I was hiding it. Or thought I was hiding it. I was hiding bottles.
She knew,
and then, like, it's actually Ashley's wife, Shannon.
Oh, really?
She pulled me aside and was like, Jeff, I'm finding these bottles. What's going on?
Yeah.
And, you know, boohoo session. I'm sad, I'm depressed, even though I'm happily married and my business is killing me.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a pre-midlife crisis.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Because I lost your
identity. Yeah.
And so that was like the first time that, you know, like Paul did for me many years ago.
Yes. Yeah.
Just kind of first time someone bringing it like, hey, like,
we love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly how she started the conversation.
Yeah, right.
And she was like, I just don't want, because Ashley would have freaked out because that's how much she loves me. She's like, Ashley doesn't know. She's not the one finding this. But like, before she does find out, we got to get this under control. Because I was lying to my two most important people in my life at that time were Nora and Ashley. And they still are. For a reason. Like, you know,
right.
But so I was lying to my two people, and I still never, I didn't really ever confess anything to them. I still kind of hid it, but which really still kind of fucks with me now because I should have been honest. But looking back, those are the two people I should have been running to. But I also didn't want to. But I also didn't want to.
There's also embarrassment and guilt.
Yeah, and I didn't want to stress them out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and the shit that Ashley went through that year is unimaginable.
Yeah.
And my wife's having to do this fucking distance learning bullshit and mask and no mask and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So I was like, very much keeping it in, you know, and it was slowly killing me.
Yeah, dude.
But I was just telling him, man, like, people, you would have never known. You would have never known. I'm over here on fucking social media. Hey guys, come on in today. And I'm fucking borderline suicidal.
Right.
Like, I was so unhappy and so fucking dark, man. And then Nora just randomly one morning was like, I know you've been drinking, and I don't know why you felt like you couldn't tell me, but I love you, but I'm only 29 years old. I will not put up with a lifetime of this. And I literally cried. She held me for 40 minutes of just violently sobbing. Because it was, I kept it all in.
Yeah.
And it finally
For
all came
years.
out.
Yeah.
And I have not drank since.
Bro.
Well,
That's-
hold on.
Bro.
I did have one little night on a vacation where I drank. So I went like 130 days sober, had
Okay.
that one little 24-hour day.
Now,
And then
did you get plastered then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We
All
were,
right. So,
it was an all-inclusive resort. Everybody was fucking.
was this in
Oh, yeah.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's parts of that night that I don't remember that she don't remember. Like it's, but like.
Were
it
you scared by that?
It
That's
just, well, yeah, because I thought I was ready.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
I'm ready to just have a drink and chill.
Yeah.
But since then, I haven't thought about it. That was July 13th.
Yeah.
And I have not drank since July 13th of 21.
Bro,
That's awesome.
that's awesome.
So really, since about March of 21, I've only drank that one night.
Yeah.
So
Dude.
but that was my one little,
Yeah.
I won't call it relapse, but lapse in judgment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that just showed me that I'm not ready because I still have
Correct.
a lot of pain. And so that's when she was like, I think you should look into therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Levita Jones, I love that woman. I don't know if you've ever done therapy, but it's a very uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
It's like peeling back an onion,
Yeah.
knowing that your eyes are gonna water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
yeah.
you have to just fight through it.
Right.
It's ripping off band-aids of
Yeah.
trauma.
Well, let's good therapy is
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
that's good
productive
therapy.
therapy.
Somebody that lets you just sit there and talk about your day and week, that's
Yeah,
bullshit. They're
yeah.
taking your fucking money and not trying to get personal growth.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Like, which, I mean, but some people just want that. They just want a friend to talk to with outside perspective.
Right.
So maybe that is.
Well,
I
that
don't
needs to
wanna
be clearly defined by the doctor, and
Right.
like, okay, again, same thing we do. What's the journey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then
Like, we just need someone
have
to vent
someone
to.
cater that journey.
But like when I started with Levita, like I was ready to go a 90-day, 6-month program, all of it. I was ready to do it. And she's like, well, why? Why do you think you need to do that? She's like, I mean, I clearly have a drinking problem. And, 40, 50-year-old black woman, she goes, oh, baby.
She grandma you.
She did, man.
I love
she said,
that.
baby, you don't have a drinking problem. You have a coping problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that changed
The whole perspective.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell that to people now.
Yeah.
Like, it changed my life. And it's absolutely true. What was my coping mechanism before I got hurt?
Correct, yeah.
The fucking gym.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
And-
You traded one.
Yeah.
You traded one addiction for another.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that do that. Like,
oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
In these-
sober.
Dude.
You're not, I posted it the other day on my Facebook story. Like, you're not fucking sober if you're running 1.5 grams of shit. You
Yeah.
replace one addiction with the other.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Especially in our industry, like it's
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Now,
of
don't get me
coping
wrong.
that goes
I'm
on.
glad that you're not doing meth anymore.
Yeah,
but like,
you have to
if you're
recognize
running
what's happening.
gear-
but like, don't become a fucking motivational speaker because you have unresolved trauma that you're still covering up
Yeah.
with the sport.
Yeah.
With a bunch of gear.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was. So I was telling you before he came back, like nobody would have ever known that I was that fucked up and that very close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's hard for people that love you to hear that, But like
Yeah.
it's also hard for them to see you.
but it would have been a lot harder
For them not to see you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
right.
a lot of people think they're above therapy. Nobody's above therapy.
No.
Like if you think you're above therapy, you're just an egotistical douchebag.
Yeah.
And that's
Or-
for men and women.
Or you're just that far in denial.
Yes.
You're that scared of making that kind of.
If it's always their fault and the other person's fault and the other person's fault and the other person's fault, like this is a revolt. Every 6 months, you're not where you're at because of somebody else. I think you're the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accountability. No accountability in this world, and we've talked about this. There's so many people like. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
It blows my fucking mind that they just can't accept that they're the problem.
Yeah.
And like they need to change.
Yeah, man.
And
Narcissism is a hell of a thing.
Yeah. But even not even getting to that point, just no accountability. It's just like it bleeds over into so many areas. And it's like, now I don't subscribe to what's his name? Jocko Willink, I think is his name. Like don't over account for everything, right? There are things outside of your control that happen, that occur. Yeah. But at the same time, like, own it. Whatever it is that you do, you own it. You own your thoughts, you own your actions, you own your words. Yeah. Own those things, and if you fuck up, you fuck up. Like, nobody's above fucking. I fuck up all the time, he fucks up all the time, you fuck up all the time. And we talk about it constantly. Like, the more you practice owning that, that's therapeutic in itself.
That's how you grow.
Yeah, dude. Because then you're like, I don't like that I mess up so
like there's
much.
people that I know that like,
let me fix this.
They're literally, there's some shit going on. Like this guy's done like prison before and like got out and he's like back same shit. Like didn't learn or grow from anything.
Yeah.
And it's just
it's someone else's fault.
It's
the system.
Being enabled.
It's society.
And it's I feel like the people that stick to those things are surround themselves with kiss asses and yes men.
Yes men,
and the people that jump to the new coach or new surroundings is because they literally fucking suck the life out of the people they're with or the gym they're with or the coach they're with, and it's always the other person's fault.
Correct.
Right. And it's like if you would just have a little bit of accountability, just a little bit, like some of these people's lives would be drastically different.
Yeah, man.
Drastically better.
Yeah, man.
And it's like,
but that's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard, and people they want the quick way out. They want
instant gratification.
They want the instant gratification.
And we've talked about that numerous times about.
Yeah, man. That's one thing I love about this industry is because if you're willing to listen, the bar will teach you.
Absolutely.
The bar will humble you and it will teach you. And I posted something yesterday or the day before that I thought was really good. It was like the bar doesn't care whether you're ready or not. The bar doesn't care. The bar's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Either you step up to the bar or the bar is just gonna exist. Yeah. Like it's the stable foundation.
Yeah.
So meet it. Go do it.
And the bar can be a metaphor for literally so many aspects of life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's what I'm. 100%. Yeah. And when I say I'm talking about barbell, I'm not talking about bar. I'm talking about just to be clear.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's absolutely like it bleeds over into so many things. So many things. Yeah, and it goes back to what you were saying before. Like, don't settle for mediocrity. It's the bar. The bar is set. Right. Yeah. Meet it.
No.
Do it.
Back to the whole like you would have never known I was depressed and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's something that I still deal with. You know,
of course,
absolutely.
I've never been happier with my daughter. That girl,
she's awesome. You could not have given her a better name. It fits her, Jovi. It fits her perfectly. She's so happy and jovial.
She just, man, she's
a lot of your world, man.
It is, man.
Bro, tell me about it. Yeah, dude.
Her and Nora, the lights of my life, man. I don't even know why I'm thinking about her right now, but you would have never known that I was upset or depressed. I still deal with it, even though I have, we're in year 6 in our business. We're having a little bit of a down year, but it's, the economy has been shit. But
it's an election year.
Yeah, 2 years straight of this. It's been rough, man. It's been rough. And luckily, we're only down like 10%. Some of these stores are down 40, 50% closing.
Oh, yeah.
This is also a trickle. It's also a trickle effect because you just had Jovi. She's 7 months, right? 7 months. So there was a long span of time where you weren't ever at the store. Right. So like this year has been. I just had my baby, so I wasn't at the store for.
It's been very
2 months. So
up and down. And
kind
of. Not to mention that we also had the storm that y'all lost
summer,
power for a couple days.
It's been weird.
Yeah,
it's been
so
weird.
it's been
that hurt. Yeah. That hurt a lot.
Losing all that product, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And of course the insurance is still just.
They're gonna make their money, dude.
Yeah.
But back to the whole like you would have never known. Like there's people struggling like that every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was telling him like I know some people that are just kind of like just assholes by nature.
Yeah.
And like you don't know what you just said to that person is really gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
fuck with their mental.
Yeah. Right.
Now it's not your responsibility to
Sugarcoat.
care about that.
Right.
But like because that's not. But
it's just
it is your
you
responsibility not to be not to flat out be an asshole.
right, just be a decent human.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Be considerate.
Just be kind.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't push people down. I think is what you're trying to say. Just don't be the person to push people down. It's not your responsibility to lift everyone up, but it doesn't do you any good to push anyone down.
When I was really down and sad and depressed, I did more of that. I was trying to be there for everybody. What the people that don't love themselves love hard to everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's why, there's a running joke in powerlifting that I was the nicest guy in powerlifting and I had the nicest hair in powerlifting. But like
wavy golden locks.
But I've always struggled with like self-love.
Yeah,
so that's why I love so hard.
Yeah.
But it's getting better.
Yeah. You always deal with this.
Yeah.
It's
and staying away from the alcohol. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just the depressant you don't need.
Yeah.
The last time I actually wanted to have a drink was before the hurricane.
Yeah.
That first week of July, we did over 10 grand that first week.
Oh, dude, we were
booming.
Yeah.
And I looked at Nora and I was like, I don't want to drink, but this is something that I would have celebrated.
Yeah.
In a good mood, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But she's like, "What do you want to?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good."
Good.
Yeah.
But
nice.
Because I'm still not healed.
Yeah.
People fucking keep people that are bleeding internally bleed onto others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like fix yourself. And stop going from relationship to relationship because you're just going to keep bleeding onto the next person. And
Trying to fill that black hole or something. It's not going to get filled.
No.
But again, these are the same people that don't want accountability.
Yep.
It goes hand in hand.
100%.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was pretty dark, man.
Yeah.
It was fucking dark, and a combination of Levita and Nora. My closest people, they saved me, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot.
So let me ask you this on that note, because this is something you and I have talked a lot about, like over the years. One of the question that I ask you a lot is, one, do you miss it, right? Powerlifting and getting back into it. Other than the physical stuff, obviously, right? Other than that, are you afraid of that if you get back into it, that's going to again be like the alcohol and kind of like be another coping thing? Or do you feel like that's
Jovi is everything? Like nothing will ever go in front of her, ever, except Nora.
Yeah.
But like, if I went back into powerlifting, no. You're
not afraid of that happening?
No.
Okay. So that's not something that's holding you back?
No. What's holding me back is
the injuries.
Mind you, I still need to do all these fucking neck and back ablations for degenerative nerve damage.
Right.
That's what's really holding me back.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I realistically probably only have a couple more 450 benches in me before my humerus just literally breaks out of the socket.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked.
Yeah. It was so weird watching you bench that day. Like, in order to compensate, he has a staggered He has a staggered. Oh wait, I think you go this way actually. He has a staggered bench setup where his no, it's this way because you bring your right
arm. It's the right
in.
arm because instead of attaching the bicep to like here,
so it's like his
way up here.
So he'll bench
forward.
He'll bench.
Okay.
He'll bench even, but his hand placement's completely off.
This is still on like let's just say knurling thumb.
Yeah.
And this one is like in.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's the mechanic of the it's
but you press
shorter.
You still press it. You hit the 405 that day.
The best I've done since surgery is I did hit 500 again to a one board, but since then
you did that with me that day at Legacy.
that's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I
solid. It was good though.
Honestly, it's retorn. I can feel it.
Yeah, don't. There's no point to push it. Yeah.
It's so if I were to go back to it and really like again my competitive spirit, I'm still going to win.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
308 or 275, I would still like to be around 2,000. That's if I can walk away 2K after all this shit I've been through. Basically push squat and deadlift again.
Yeah.
Up to 770, 777, and have a fucking 418 bench.
When was the last time you deadlifted? The day that we did?
With you, I did 500.
2 months ago? I don't even think you hit that. Oh no, you did. You did. Yeah. But you did one, and you were like, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a belt on.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
I had my Velcro belt. Why didn't you just borrow that?
My kid's got a Velcro wallet. You want to borrow that one instead?
I'm gonna
It's got Spider-Man on it.
I'm gonna throw up. This is making me physically ill. But it was nice to know that like after not deadlifting for a year that I pulled 500 pretty easy. And I know that it'll getting the training stimulus going again, it'll really come back fast.
Yeah. You've been doing a lot of volume past couple of months, 3 or 4 months, just lots of volume.
Well, here I take Jovi to the gym every day. And I love it. It's fucking.
She's a little shadow, man.
It's the coolest thing, man.
She's just laughing and giggling
she's just smiling the whole time.
It's so fun.
I'll do like tricep pushdowns and holding her, and so like try to grab it and push it down. It's the coolest fucking.
She's
thing.
learning, man. Get your
Cool.
kids in the gym early. Get your kids in the gym early.
But like so she's in there with me. So I'm not gonna have her in the car seat for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's selfish.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you want to do that to your kid, that's whatever. But 45-minute workout in and out. I'm doing sets of 15 to 20 to get a pump.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Since having Jovi, I have lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah,
with no
you look
cardio.
great.
Yeah,
I mean, I got a long way
you
to
look
go.
good.
I still have a gut and all that, but like, I was probably 360.
Yeah, I think you were
and
high 350s. Yeah.
when I was, I went and got a quick pump in at Relentless last Saturday. I was 307.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. When I ran your numbers and we did your numbers and we kind of calculated it all out, it was when you first started doing that, we were like 1,200 deficit.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, and fucking on it, dude.
Wait,
so
you were consuming 1,200 calories?
No, deficit. 1,200
Oh, okay. I was
deficit.
like, whoa.
1,200 deficit.
What the
Deficit
hell?
maintenance.
Yeah, okay. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, so and
How are you walking?
And you were kept protein really high, and everything else was fucking
Yeah.
down.
Nice.
And he
I've probably lost. I mean,
you were 3 pounds a week there for a while.
I know I'm putting on tissue again, but I know like I haven't done legs
I feel like your inflammation's way down.
because I haven't been trying to do the legs.
Is that what it is?
Even just so, my body's so responsive to like inflammation. Like walking 45 minutes will make me hold 5 to 10 pounds of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were that was the staple of your workouts for a long time.
And
before
now
Jovi.
it's more again focus on nutrition.
Focus on nutrition.
Like I lost 50 pounds.
If you need help, come by Yonk's Nutrition Central. Talk to me. I will help you out. We will get you lined out.
Shameless plug.
Not shameless.
No.
Just a plug, baby.
Just
Pretty
a plug,
happy about
baby.
it.
I love that. I'm
Just a
happy with
plug like anal.
it. A big one.
12 gauge.
I like them big.
What was I gonna say?
Training volume.
Oh, so yeah, so it's in and out sessions.
Oh, back to that plug-in.
How about that plug? Let that plug, baby.
It's just I'm just having fun again.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
When I tried to go back after the injuries, it was just like I struggled. I was like, why the fuck am I here? I'm never gonna be what I was. Never hit 23. Never, it was fucking dark, dude.
Yeah,
Over
man.
fucking no numbers.
Yeah.
On a platform that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, once I was able to realize, like, step back and actually look at it, like, who fucking cares?
That's the same, like what we preach, like we were just talking about. We preach constantly.
Again, it all goes back to you're more than your numbers. You're more than this. You're
I like
than
that saying. I
this.
like that saying a lot.
Shout out to Lita.
Yeah, man.
She's always kept me grounded like that when the competitive side, because Nora keeps me grounded in all aspects as well.
Yeah,
But, like,
right.
with this, she doesn't lift weights. And
Yeah.
Lita's a competitive powerlifter, so she has that different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But Nora, man, even though she's never lifted a weight, she's my biggest fucking cheerleader.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
All her little.
Speaking of which.
Speaking of.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can like hear her like, "Come on, baby!" Like in all my videos that means.
I love it.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm on film.
We're keeping this in.
Say
Oh yeah,
hi.
absolutely. Yeah.
She said hi.
Hi.
But we're about to finish up. I know we're
way over.
The plan was
so
maybe an
over.
hour and a half, and I actually just looked at the phone for the first
12:37.
time. So like,
Yeah.
we gotta go. But I'll pick up food. Love you.
You know what? I think more than your number. I think it's a good title. For
I do
the
like that.
episode. I like
I do
that.
like
a
it
lot.
more than your
Man, she and that's why she's one of my best friends, man.
Yeah.
Like she.
I like that a lot.
Because most people, the rest of the team's like, fucking kill it.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
mercy. And, that's great.
And there's a place for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
there's
But
a
at the
time
end,
and
at the
place
end of
for
the
it,
day,
but
at the end of the day,
It was always nice to know that she looked at me. She wanted to be in my life.
for you.
Yes.
yeah,
More than just gonna hit 2,200.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's-
well, it's not that my other teammates were like that, but
Yeah.
like, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's
A lot of people want to always ride with the people at the top.
Right.
I really aren't down for them.
It's
And-
interesting that you say that because a lot of the one really successful lifters out there, and two a lot of the most humble, nicest, just good people in this industry and in this sport are the guys who have their significant others, or the girls that have their significant others that are not in this sport.
Yeah.
They're not in this
Yeah.
industry because it requires somebody outside to be like, hey, you have a life outside of this. There's other shit going on.
Any post-meet post was always meet recap, first numbers, and then thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you to my teammates. Usually I would tag Lita, a few other people, and it would always end. And to my wife, the MVP, you are everything. All the meal preps, all the ice baths, all the massages, all of it.
yeah.
It's great to have my team and my teammates,
Yeah.
but without you,
At the end of the day, who are you
Oh
going
yeah,
home to?
yeah.
and without her doing everything that she did for me,
Yeah, dude.
prep would have been non-existent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she
that's
was just awesome, man. And,
Is.
Yeah, that support
Is.
system is everything.
Not was.
But
Is.
I wanted to also go back, how supportive she's been through, the drinking stuff. She will randomly just be like,
Supportive and non-enabling. I like that a lot. She put her foot down.
yeah.
But
And I'm glad she
she's
did.
yeah.
I was gonna fucking kill myself, dude.
Yeah, and that's something
not
that
metaphorically.
Yeah.
It was gonna happen.
That's something that
I was literally driving around drunk,
yeah.
and man, what if I just drive off this bridge? It was
Yeah.
intrusive fucking thoughts. Man.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, yeah.
This is
And-
something we discussed last night.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
It was the suicide attempt rates for women are significantly greater than men, but the suicide success rates
Or the actual
for
follow
men
Yeah.
are astronomically higher
It dwindles
than for
the number for women.
Because
What's ironic is I went through the same thing back in 2013 when I started having all my knee surgeries, lost my girl, and went back home.
Yeah.
What do they both have in common?
Right.
I lost my coping mechanism.
Correct.
So,
Baby.
yeah.
You don't have an alcohol problem.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that she grandma'd you. I love that. I love that.
And I till this day, anybody struggling, I'd fucking give them her direct number.
Yeah.
She's out of Dallas. She does virtual. If y'all need it, DM us. I'll get your information. But she is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think I need to get back in there with her. I've been struggling.
When was the last time you did therapy?
It's been like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've had a lot of internal pressure on myself lately for providing better for Jovi, and the store's been down a little bit, so I'm stressed.
First time parent with a little girl, like it hits hard. It hits hard.
It's some stress.
Well, I would say it hits hard just being a first-time parent.
In general. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
With that.
Being a first-time parent and as a small
business owner,
a competitive market. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a lot, but I had this. Yeah, remember the other day I was like, I can't sleep. I think it's literally stress induced.
Probably.
So,
I think
wheels are turning. Like, fuck, did I text that guy back? I need to get with that customer today.
Dude,
I need to put that order in. Like, I need to get back. I need to probably go have a session myself.
I think that's a fantastic idea. I mean, going in there and just doing some kind of a maintenance or just a check-in, I think would do fantastic.
But I, send her pictures of Jovi.
Oh, really? So you've kept up with her? That's awesome.
Honestly, that was another thing that was really hard because it took us almost 5 years to have her because we had infertility.
Correct. Yeah.
So like, not only do I want to have this baby, I can't.
Yeah.
On top of losing the sport and getting up to fucking 385 and look like a bag of shit and like it was all like the trifecta of just shit. But what do most men do? I mean, even women, stubborn women. I cocooned and pushed everybody away. Hey guys, come on in. You would never know. And that's what the success rate of male suicide. Probably 95% of those people you never know.
Never know. Yeah,
100%. We talked about that before in episode 2, like how it's this stigma of men, how like this old school mentality of like, you're a man, bury it.
Yeah.
You don't talk about your feelings.
You stuff it down and you just get up and go to work.
Get up and you do it and you bear with it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Get over it. It doesn't have to be it should not be that way.
No. That whole rub some dirt on it and walk it off mentality has got to stop.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Totally.
Agreed.
And we preach on here.
You have generations of men that like can't even tell their own dad that they love them.
Wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Like,
or have never heard it from their dad.
Yeah.
See, that was the case with my dad. My grandpa is, is the fucking 70s. 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Slapped around. Like, this is a different culture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But my dad broke the cycle.
Yeah. Man, it's so awesome to hear you use that phrase. That's the same phrase we were talking about last night. I love hearing that from you.
I'm telling you, my dad, it's like he took what he had and like amplified it to us times 1,000, but in a positive way.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And my best friend Ashley, man, she I just posted about my dad's birthday. I did a birthday post.
Did he run the store for you one day?
That's my father-in-law.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. Who is also named Jeff.
Yeah. Ashley posted this comment. She said, "He's truly the best dad. You're very lucky, bub. I know where you get it from."
Oh,
Nice.
He's like,
That's nice.
Yeah.
And that's a huge compliment.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
But
your dad's a good dude, man.
he is, man.
He's a good dude.
I don't even know why we're talking about this now, but
Yeah.
how we segued into the.
Well, no, that's part of it.
Oh,
Having that break the cycle.
Yeah, break the cycle. And Jovi will never know that, like that negative side of shit ever. You know, so it's Because say it would have been the other way around and my dad was that way,
Yeah.
I would be breaking the cycle. But my dad broke it, so I didn't have to.
Yeah.
You know, he showed me how a dad should love you.
Yeah.
And like Ashley said, I see where you get it from.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's powerful.
Absolutely is.
It's very cool feeling.
Yeah.
And that people see that my dad is that genuine of a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's been instilled in me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's probably one of the biggest compliments as a dad you could ever get.
Yeah.
So I hope he saw that comment.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but anyways, people, I feel like a lot of people in this like time right now, I feel like it's getting a little better, but like still mental health is just like a big fucking joke for men. And it's,
Yeah, dude.
it pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, women don't want a man that complains, but then they get mad when a man doesn't want to talk to them.
Right.
It's like, and vice versa. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's like you're just a soft motherfucker. But you asked me what was wrong.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is why men don't do it.
Right.
yeah.
And it's like-
because we get stigmatized.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
We get ostracized for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge double standard. I mean, it's like, what we were talking about last night. We're supposed to be taught that, men are supposed to be the strong ones. You can't show signs of weakness because when you do, you're immediately going to be labeled as weak. You're going to be labeled as less of a man. And
I think it's the opposite.
Oh, I
you can sit
agree.
here and own your shit and open up and show raw emotion.
Yeah.
That's a fucking man.
Right.
You being I don't want to say you're a weak-minded bitch for not doing that.
Right.
Because you might, every time you've ever done that in your life, it's shut down.
Yeah.
It
Right.
doesn't make you weak for not doing
Yeah,
it.
well,
Like,
everyone's on their journey. So just because somebody's not doing that right now,
they're just not ready to.
maybe they're not ready to, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not
Or-
about you being a bitch.
or
It's
even-
about knowing that we understand you're on your journey,
it's
but
also-
it's knowing that it's okay. It's okay to evolve past it.
right.
It's also people, if you open up to somebody and they call you a bitch, you're around the wrong fucking
Yeah,
people.
you're around a piece of shit,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
you need better company.
People that invalidate your feelings,
Come to the store. We'll talk to you.
No contact their fucking ass
yeah.
now.
Yes.
Now, if you have somebody in your life that makes you feel invalidated every time you talk about your feelings, cut them out of your life right now.
That includes family,
Yes.
especially family,
Absolutely.
because
All of my traumas come from my family. So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
and you can choose. We've talked about this before. Like you can choose your family, right? Like family is
Absolutely.
not just blood. Like I have including both you guys. I have a close family,
Yeah.
close knit family that I have that have done so much for me, and cut out blood that have done nothing but harm me. And I'm like, what? Why? No, I'm not wasting my time anymore. Evolve past it.
Especially now that Jovi's here, I don't even need a response. I will just not talk to you.
Yeah.
And 6 months goes by and
Yeah.
like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm not texting you back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's the appropriate time to ghost somebody.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna gaslight you.
Yeah,
into how
like
it's
it's your
your
fault.
fault.
Yeah.
And like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Straight
Yeah.
up. I cannot stand that shit. Why
Yeah,
are
if
you
those
mad
people
at
are
me?
bringing no value to your life, or they're not helping better your life,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Like,
It's just toxicity you
yes,
don't need.
that's your dad, bro. Like all he's ever like,
I-
like all he ever does is make you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom fucking shits on you. Oh, you have a new business plan. Oh, what's plan B and C in case you fail? Like, cut her the fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
No.
And that doesn't mean, that can be accompanied with anger, and that can be accompanied with hate. But it's important to know that just because they're your family and you cut them out doesn't mean that you love them any less. You can still love them, but that doesn't mean that you allow them to pull you down because of that love. You owe them nothing.
you can fucking put boundaries on
Yes.
your family.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if-
absolutely.
if they want to
Absolutely.
overstep them and
You're in control of that.
not respect your boundaries,
Yeah.
cut them off.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Absolutely.
your peace of mind is way more important than to wonder if Aunt Susan is mad at me or, like, fuck that.
Whatever,
Like,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
she disrespected your boundary. He continues to do
Yeah.
it. Or he did it.
Yeah.
Fucking cut those people out of your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And this is part of the accountability, right? Like, you own that, right? Just because someone's hurting you, don't just sit there and wallow and be like, oh, they're hurting me, it's on their fault. No, you're in control. You're in control of cutting them out.
And you've also allowed it.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Yeah, you're in control of cutting them out. So instead of allowing them to say, oh, like, it's not my fault, like, they're causing me to do this, take accountability, own it, and say, okay, I'm cutting you out. So now you're in control. Take it and make something positive out of it.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Stuff we preach all the time.
Yeah.
How do we wrap it up?
I think that's a great place to,
I
end it right there.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic, dude. Again, awesome for coming on. We
thank
didn't
you.
we didn't get into the whiskey for obvious reasons, and we
No,
don't
dude,
we don't have to be.
That's one thing. I am sober, but y'all do what y'all want to do.
Well, it's also
we
we
also-
got so deep into the conversation that it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
we didn't need
it's
to.
We also
No,
started
yeah.
at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
Not for us. But it's but thanks for coming, man. We really appreciate it.
all the insight,
Lots
all the
of
tips,
insight.
and
Let's
to walk through the life, man.
yeah, man.
Dude, I'll come on anytime y'all need me, man.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
awesome. We might have we might
Different,
do
like if y'all actually want. I know this was just kind of like a Jeff story time, but if y'all ever have segments y'all want my perspective on,
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude,
absolutely. That'd be great.
Yeah, and we might do stuff like we've talked about doing stuff in the gym and stuff. So come
Yeah.
and do that, and we'll have it's we don't know what we're doing. So
I mean, really, the basis of the Wicked Bearcast is an informal conversation.
yeah,
And just trying to better ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, nutritionally, and whoever can help enlighten us or educate us on that journey, that's who we want to be in. That's who we want to be a part of.
Yep,
Absolutely.
Yep. No,
and
it's good.
that's kind of like what I'm all about, man. Like helping people,
Yeah.
and just wrap it up. Very vague statement. I'm all about just helping people.
No, and again, thank you for coming on because and sharing your story and the passion that you have behind mental health. Because having family members and myself who deal with mental health issues and
All three
seeing
of us.
just
All three of
absolutely,
us here.
and just seeing somebody who's just another advocate for it and seeing somebody that has powered through and gotten the knowledge and the help to help them better themselves, I think is a huge key for others to see.
The one thing I didn't say is like, because Nora had to really forcefully like, basically say, I know this is happening. Reach out if you're feeling like I felt.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I was just about to
But
get
like
to.
that, I mean, I'm glad that she came to me finally and like called me on my shit.
Yeah.
But like,
Because you weren't going to do that on
no, until this day, I still haven't really even talked to Ashley about it. And because I'm embarrassed and I know it's going to hurt her that I didn't tell her these things, but
She probably already knows.
she yes.
Yeah.
She's not dumb.
But like, that's the one thing, if you are having those thoughts and you're that depressed, don't do what I did. Reach out for help. Hell, reach out to us. Like,
Yeah,
we're not
absolutely.
therapists,
Absolutely.
but I would
Yeah.
rather talk to you than read your obituary. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like if you don't have someone to talk to, the wicked Bearcast is always your sanctuary.
we have a customer. I won't say his name, but he struggles, and he's like, he'll post stories like, "What's the point? Why am I here?" And every single time I see that, all I say is, "You are important."
Yeah.
And it kind of scares me sometimes when he doesn't respond for a day. But he's a guy, strongman competitor. Like I think he needs to do what I did and find a different way to cope.
Right.
And he's not even, but he's still lifting, so it's a little bit different.
No, it's not.
Well, no, what I mean is like he's not going through the losing his coping,
But he will.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he needs to address it before he gets to that point.
Yeah.
And I think he's getting a little better.
Good.
But it's just like, but again, I've never met him. I just sent him fucking BCAAs. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
I want to make something really clear. And it kind of ties all of this together. Something you said earlier, like the people that are struggling the most are never going to be the ones that you can tell.
No.
You just won't be able to tell.
Those are the ones suffering in silence.
Yeah, which means that
Suffering in silence with people around them.
even if we know you, right? Even if we know you, because of that fact, we're not going to know you're suffering. And we don't know to reach out. As we want to help you, we want to reach out to you, but we don't know what we don't know, and we don't know that we need to reach out to you. So please, if you're struggling in any way, shape, or form, just reach out. Just reach out. The numbers of men's suicide it's staggering, and it all can be prevented by simply going to. I'm getting emotional. Going to
starting a conversation.
It could be like my Instagram, one of my many Instagrams, his Instagram, whatever. Just reach out and be like, hey, I want to talk. You have guaranteed 100% of our undivided attention. We will be whatever it is there for you. I don't care who you are. Doesn't matter.
You've gained somebody in your corner by doing that.
Yeah. Just by the fact of you joining us at the bar, you are a member of the Wicked Bearcast. You're
Absolutely.
you're a member of our little team here.
Yeah.
Please reach out.
Yeah.
With that, good?
Yeah.
So thanks again, man. Appreciate you coming on. We'll absolutely have you on again.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, it's good.
And to quote the man, you are more than your numbers.
You are more than you know.
To quote the woman.
The woman.
The woman.
Excuse me.
Correct.
Lita Emmons.
Yeah.
Soon
All
to
right.
be Lita Livingston.
Oh yeah, there
She's
you go.
getting married in March.
All right.
But
Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Until next time.
Until next time, we'll see you later.
Cheers.